in St. Mary after heavy rains exposed the fragile state of the Richmond police station. Despite promises of action, the building remains compromised and repairs entangled in delays linked to the courthouse above. The rain has stopped, but inside the Richmond police station, the damage is still speaking. Water stains, sagging sections, and a structure barely holding together, buckets catching water as it pushed its way through the ceiling. This is where lawmen and women are expected to serve. The officers are exposed, and infrastructure is failing. On Thursday, they were forced to take cover, not from criminals, but from the rain itself.
When it rains, they have to be using umbrella, they have to be hiding from the elements, and it's not a good look.
But this is more than just a leaking roof. The police station and courthouse share the same structure. Repairs to the police station below are being held hostage by destruction above.
The work that was being done at the police station is now being slowed up, or was being slowed up because of no activity as it relates to repairs to the courthouse.
That courthouse, damaged during Hurricane Melissa, now stands as a barrier to urgent fixes. After mounting pressure, Member of Parliament for South East St. Mary, Christopher Brown, says the government has promised to address the issue.
I was there with the contractor, the Ministry of Justice and the Court Administration Department, because those works are going to be proceeding.
Behind the scenes, discussions are underway with Justice Minister Delroy Chuck, contractors, and court officials to move faster, as the current conditions are unacceptable. A justice system under strain, literally from the roof down.
Some action and plans are afoot to properly house the men and women of the JCF in Richmond during the duration of the repairs of both the courthouse and the station, so that they are not exposed to the elements as they are now.
Sandy Williams, TVJ News.
Wow. Never play that back.
A police station is under siege by the elements. There are serious concerns in St. Mary after heavy rains exposed the fragile state of the Richmond police station. Despite promises of action, the building remains compromised and repairs entangled in delays linked to the courthouse above. The rain has stopped, but inside the Richmond police station, the damage is still speaking. Water stains, sagging sections, and a structure barely...
Hi, Michelle. How are you? Good night, good morning, wherever you are. Please like and share the video. This is an audio only live. I will not be on camera, but we have some things to go through. See?
Holding together, buckets catching water as it pushed its way through the ceiling. This is where lawmen and women are expected to serve. The officers are exposed, and infrastructure is failing. On Thursday, they were forced to take cover, not from criminals, but from the rain itself.
When it rains, they have to be using umbrella, they have to be hiding from the elements, and it's not a good look.
But this is
a courthouse and a police station they're talking about, you know. Yo, this is crazy, bro. I tell you, say this will shock you, you know. Think I'm joking. This will shock you. Shook the hell out of me when I heard it.
More than just a leaking roof.
Hi, Christine. How are you, Christine? Bless you, bless you, bless you, guys.
Station and courthouse share the same structure. Repairs to the police station below are being held hostage by destruction above.
The work that was being done at the police station is now being slowed up, or was being slowed up because of no activity as it relates to repairs to the courthouse.
That courthouse, damaged during Hurricane Melissa, now stands as a barrier to urgent fixes. After mounting pressure, Member of Parliament for South East St. Mary, Christopher Brown, says the government has promised to address the issue.
I was there with the contractor, the Ministry of Justice and the Court Administration Department, because those works are going to be proceeding.
Behind the scenes, discussions are underway with Justice Minister Delroy Chuck, contractors, and court officials to move faster, as the current conditions are unacceptable. A justice system under strain, literally from the roof down.
Some action and plans are afoot to properly house the men and women of the JCF in Richmond during the duration of the repairs of both the courthouse and the station, so that they are not exposed to the elements as they are now.
Sandy Williams, TVJ News.
So that's the first thing. St. Mary, you know, St. Mary in turmoil, ladies and gentlemen. St. Mary courthouse and police station. Why didn't treat them bad, man? I lie. And treat them. What? We have royalty in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, other. So, it's an audio day today. Nobody now go up on camera. How are you doing, Formosa? Huh?
I am tired.
You're tired? Okay. Oh, what time I left work yesterday? Last night.
Well, my work got at 5 o'clock yesterday morning.
What? Go on back to your bed. Go on back to your
I
bed.
left by 10 and
Wow.
this morning at 12.
Wow. Go on back to your bed, mama. Go and go get your rest. Alright? You know you work hard.
Yes.
Thanks for coming on though. Alright, sweetheart. Yes, my people. So um there's something else that this was a 3 year ago project, guys, right? What I'm about to share right now. Let's listen to it. Company seeks to use agricultural lands for housing. Innswood land controversy. How many of you know about this? I didn't.
A response from the cabinet this evening about development plans for agricultural lands in Innswood, St. Catherine. News that the property is being repurposed for housing has been met with strong opposition. In a statement today, the government says it has requested more information on the matter. A statement from the Office of the Prime Minister, OPM, issued to our news center on Monday, stated that Cabinet had received a preliminary briefing from the Sugar Company of Jamaica Holdings Limited, SCJ, and the National Environment and Planning Agency, NEPA, on the issue. Agricultural stakeholders, including the Jamaica Agricultural Society, JAS, have been demanding answers since a Galina report indicating that the lands which were originally acquired for agricultural production was to be repurposed to housing. The OPM statement.
No, this is shocking me, and I'm gonna tell you why. I know this was 3 years ago. Why would anybody want to use agricultural lands for housing? And I remember, that the People's National Party, when they were campaigning in last year before September, Dr. Dayton Campbell had mentioned these types of things happening. Why would you want to build on land that can produce food? Why would you put a structure over that? If that isn't, listen, if that isn't the most backward practice or action by a government, I don't know what is. Especially in an age where you're literally talking about food security is like a currency. Yeah, I mean, I don't understand why would you do that? Make it make sense, Jamaica. Just make it make sense. But anyway, here we go.
A response from the cabinet this evening about development plans for agricultural lands in Innswood, St. Catherine. News that the property is being repurposed for housing has been met with strong opposition. In a statement today, the government says it has requested more information on the matter. A statement from the Office of the Prime Minister, OPM, issued to our news center on Monday, stated that Cabinet had received a preliminary briefing from the Sugar Company of Jamaica Holdings Limited, SCJ, and the National Environment and Planning Agency, NEPA, on the issue. Agricultural stakeholders, including the Jamaica Agricultural Society, JAS, have been demanding answers since a Galina report indicating that the lands which were originally acquired for agricultural production was to be repurposed to housing. The OPM statement insisted that there has been no sale of the Innswood land and no decision to sell the land. It said the company had a lease for the lands with a portion currently being used for agricultural production. It goes on to say other entities associated with Mr. Lee Chin have expressed an interest in purchasing a portion of the lands to use for housing. The government has asked the SCJ and NEPA to provide a detailed report on the developments and proposal for the lands to assist Cabinet in making a decision.
Wow. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. That was 3 years ago, though. That's for full context.
Jamaica up your cash over 100.
Oh, go on there, sir. All right. So, listen to this, guys. This was yesterday.
Meanwhile, ground has been broken
This was the
for
other
a
day.
new housing development in St. Mary. The project, located in Galina, is expected to provide much-needed homes and boost economic activity. Details from Unique Williams.
Wow.
The sound of applause marked the start of a new chapter for housing development in St. Mary, as government officials, stakeholders, and residents gathered for the groundbreaking ceremony of the Galina housing development. The project, situated in the community of Galina, forms part of the government's broader push to increase access to affordable housing across the island. Delivering the keynote address, Prime Minister
Hi, Clarky, UK in the building. How are you doing, darling?
Dr. Andrew Holness emphasized the administration's commitment to improving living conditions and creating sustainable communities.
The Galina housing development represents a deliberate and strategic investment in people. It reflects a clear understanding that housing is not just a social good, it is a central pillar of economic growth, community stability, and national resilience.
Then if you know that, why you never help the people why haven't your government helped the people in Westmoreland to build back their housing? Listen to him in Jamaica. This man is the man.
Increase access to affordable housing.
Antonio Wagwan.
Delivering the keynote address, Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness emphasized the administration's commitment to improving living conditions and creating sustainable communities.
The Galina housing development represents a deliberate and strategic investment in people. It reflects a clear understanding that housing is not just a social good, it is a central pillar of economic growth.
Why has your government not built the amount of houses that you promised? If you know that. Why haven't you helped? Why hasn't your government been urgent in helping the people of Westmoreland, Hanover, St. James, St. Elizabeth, East Portland, Portland overall, that got damaged, St. Anne, that got damaged by Hurricane Melissa, so they can get, how you doing, Ryan? So they can get back to where they need to get to, so the economy can benefit. Why you don't do that, Andrew?
Presents a deliberate and strategic investment in people. It reflects a clear understanding that housing is not just a social good, it is a central pillar of economic growth.
If housing is a central pillar of economic growth, then your government has failed the Jamaican people. Yeah, you guys have not helped the Jamaican people to get more affordable housing, Andrew. You guys have not done that. Oh my God, I'm sorry, guys. I just spilled something a while ago. I didn't want to say anything near the computer. You know what I'm saying? The heart jump. Understand? Yes, anything near the computer, we heart jump, man. Anyway, Andrew said that it is the pillar, ladies and gentlemen, of economic growth. But apparently, he's just learning that.
It reflects a clear understanding that housing is not just a social good, it is a central pillar of economic growth, community stability, and national resilience.
Wow.
At a cost of approximately $1.99 billion, this development will deliver 360 housing solutions across 72 acres of land in close proximity to Galina, Port Maria, and Aracabessa.
The Prime Minister noted the development will be of quality and affordability and will include modern infrastructure, access roads, and essential services aimed at enhancing the quality of life for future residents. He says it is expected to not only provide housing solutions, but also generate employment during both the construction and occupancy phases, and to also address the housing deficit in Jamaica.
We have to put on these ceremonies. They don't have to be ceremonial.
Brother, you don't have to put on no ceremony. How much money you spend to put on a ceremony? How much money you pay somebody to set up that? when people down in Westmoreland need money to fix back them house. Hey, Empress, what's up, Empress 13? How you doing, my darling? Empress 13, get the membership on in us, sweetheart. Remember, the membership is available, okay? You're one of my my loyal supporters for a very long time now. And I'd love to see the honorary membership badge beside your name, okay? God bless you. Thank you for that. Thank you for that, my darling. Yes, guys, so the super chat goal, we need 19 more of those. So all the people there that are one capable and also moved to bless the platform, please go ahead and do so. It is welcomed, all right? And appreciated. Yes. Today is what? The 27th of April, exactly 6 months into Melissa, Jamaica. What the hell has the government done? I'm telling you, you know. I'm telling you, you know. These are the things I talk about, you know. I will continue to talk about because it's like these guys out here trying to create a narrative to bamboozle the people that, yo, they are doing this wonderful job. Let's play this back again from the man. Why, you know, Andrew want to see something else, brother? May I tell you the truth?
Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness emphasized the administration's commitment to improving living conditions and creating sustainable communities.
Where is the commitment when you guys are not giving enough help to the people in Westmoreland and these places that were most affected? What rubbish.
The Galina housing development represents a deliberate and strategic investment in people. It reflects a clear understanding that housing is not just a social good, it is a central pillar of economic growth, community stability, and national resilience. At a cost of approximately $1.99 billion, this development will deliver 360 housing solutions across 72 acres of land in close proximity to Galina, Port Maria, and Oracabessa.
The Prime Minister noted the development will be of quality and affordability and will include modern infrastructure, access roads, and essential services aimed at enhancing the quality of life for future residents. He says it is expected to not only provide housing solutions, but also generate employment during both the construction and occupancy phases, and to also address the housing deficit in Jamaica.
We have to put on these ceremonies. They don't have to be ceremonial, but we have to have a marker in time where we are able to explain to the country what it is we are doing to relieve this structural supply issue that we have in our housing market, which creates the deficit in housing.
The project is being spearheaded through the collaboration between government agency and private sector partners as part of a wider national housing strategy. Yannick Williams, TVJ News.
What are you hearing? All right, listen to this. Some people might have missed this. Every single thing we ask the opposition to do, they do it in our parliament.
Like just and the last was in 2024.
What time? Yes.
I'm calling him to show you how honest Andrew, because Andrew is. You're right, no, in St. Mary in Galina. Right?
Yeah, I saw the press conference. Yeah, I saw it on JS.
Breaking ground for the fourth time on a housing scheme in Galina.
Fourth time? Jamaica, want to hear that? The audio that you heard of Andrew Holness a while ago, right? Ed Boy called me the other day and make me know say it's the fourth time that they're breaking ground. So they spend money 4 times to break ground on a project that has not started yet. Listen to the argument, you know. Listen to this. Share this live. They say this will shock you, you know. This will shock. A total waste of money in Jamaica. An absolute total waste of money. I'm telling you. This is what these guys do, man. This is what they do. An absolute waste of money, ladies and gentlemen. Unbelievable. Play that back. Yeah, I saw the press conference. Yeah, I saw it on JS.
Breaking ground for the fourth time on a housing scheme in Galina.
4 times? Yes, a lot of mercy. Father God, the years. Well, the fourth time.
The fourth time I can send you.
In how many years? In how many years? When was the first groundbreaking?
The first groundbreaking was done in 2018. The second one was in 2020. The third one was in 2022, and the last was in 2024.
So every 2 years they do a groundbreaking. From 20, how are you doing, Sandra? From 2018, they have been doing a groundbreaking on that same thing in Galina that I just played a while ago. From 2018. What the hell is going on? And I don't disbelieve him. I know he's not going to come on here and say something that he don't know what he's talking about. Because remember, in 2019, Andrew Owners said that they were going to build STEM schools. And the Chinese is going to build 3, and he's going to build 3. And he said that, he's going to, Angela, how are you doing? And he said, I'm going to try to get them done in 6 years. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the last time I checked, 2026 would make 7 years since 2019. Depending on when in 2019 he made those promises. You understand what I'm saying? So 2018, you break ground. 2020, you break ground. 2022, you break ground. 2024, you break ground. I know you're breaking ground again. 8 years of breaking ground, Jamaica. Andrew Ones has been breaking ground for 8 years in Galina for this project. And then he wants to tell, what's up, Kimon? And then he wants to tell us that, the Jamaica Labour Party, we are committed. Let us listen to the damn foolishness of this man say again. This man is terrible.
Sustainable communities.
The Galina housing development represents a deliberate and strategic investment in people.
Really? A commitment to the development in people. Well, you're doing a piss poor job with your commitment if it's going to take you 4 times 2018, 2020, 2020, 2022, 2026, and now 10 times your break ground, brother, in our 8-year period. 10 times, 2 years apart, and you're telling me and all other well-thinking Jamaicans that this shows your commitment. What this shows is your incompetence and lack of care for the people. You are telling me that the people in St. Mary are doing what's up. 8 years it take. 8 years is like most of the time since this man has been in power. 8 times it take the man. 8 try. 7 years, almost 8 years. Before, as a matter of fact, we have not seen any development yet. Them come break ground again. Who to tell if they're not going to break ground in a 2028 again? What's up, Joanne? Mighty God. No, only listen to this again, Jamaica. Because you can't make this up.
Meanwhile, ground has been broken for a new housing development in St. Mary.
Yes.
The project, located in Galina, is expected to provide much-needed homes and boost economic activity. Details from Yannick Williams.
All right. Only hear that. Listen to Ed Boy now. Many years. You know how many years? Yeah, I saw the press conference.
Can I stand?
Yes.
I'm calling you to show you how honest Andrew, because Andrew is. You're right, when we sent here in Galina. Right?
Yeah, I saw the press conference. Yeah, I saw it on JS.
Breaking ground for the 4th time on a housing scheme in Galina.
4th time? Yes, a lot of mercy. Father, I got the geekiest. What are they with? The 4th time?
The 4th time I can send you.
In how many years? When was the first groundbreaking?
The first groundbreaking was done in 2018. The second one was in 2020. The third one was in 2022, and the last was in 2024.
So every 2 years they do a groundbreaking?
But you don't know that. Yes, who they get the contract?
Who that?
A company named Enan Further, Enan Twitter, Enan Third, Enan. I don't even know which Enan, but I can tell you who they are. They are the people who build the scheme of a man because they only like mash up Edmund Rich.
Mighty God. Jamaica, we can't make this up. Hear that, Jamaica?
We cannot make this up.
Hear that? How do you hear that, Jamaica? So this thing I get even worse than how we think, you know. Only like and share this video. Like and share this video. Me telling you, say, do not miss any of my videos. If you miss them, watch the replay, Jamaica. The video that I'm playing right now, you know, it's posted on my page, you know. Caliga Wagwan. Yes, Caliga. I am saying the groundbreaking that they did in St. Mary, right? The groundbreaking that they did in St. Mary for this project. This is the 4th time them doing the groundbreaking, my general. According to head boy. As a matter of fact, let me call him right now. Make me call head boy. Because I'm telling him, say this I go shock on you know. Let me play about the tape from the news.
Meanwhile, ground has been broken for a new housing development in St. Mary. The project, located in Galina, is expected to provide much-needed homes and boost economic activity. Details from Unique Williams.
The sound of applause marked the start of a new chapter for housing development in St. Mary, as government officials, stakeholders, and residents gathered for the groundbreaking ceremony of the Galina housing development.
So this housing development, according to head boy, they have broken ground fight like what? From 2018. See me get him, because I'm busy, you know. In the same have some information like the article and stuff can send me. I forgot to tell him to send it to me. But him probably busy now, so I go allow him. Him probably busy now. I just text him still and tell him to send me the information because you know what I mean? Yes, so Ed boy, you know, so I am on the live right now talking about this this Galina new housing development in Galina thing. I would love for you to send me the screenshot or the links of the articles of the groundbreaking that happened from 2018 and all the other times it did. So me can share it to the people in my live. Alright? Him text me, him busy man. Me know say him busy man, him can't answer. From see no answer, I know say I'm busy. Big up head boy every time. You understand? No joke. 1 second. See, damn thing I may talk about, you see?
The project, situated in the community of Galina, forms part of the government's broader push to increase access to affordable housing across the island. Delivering the keynote address, Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness emphasized the administration's commitment to improving living conditions and creating sustainable communities.
The Galina housing development represents a deliberate and strategic investment in people. It reflects a clear understanding that housing is not just a social good, it is a central pillar of economic growth, community stability, and national resilience. At a cost of approximately...
Jamaica, I want to see why the economy is not growing in Jamaica. Because the government has failed in their duty to make sure that one of the greatest economical pillars, which is persons having a roof over their head to boost economic growth, is not being pushed enough by the government. They have failed. And Jonas has promised the people of Jamaica multiple amount of houses over a period of time. What's up, Lady Sue? And he has not delivered. He has not delivered Jamaica, right? He has not, and even with this new housing roofing thing, right? We have post Melissa. We see all of the failures coming out, ladies and gentlemen. This government is something else, yeah, man. Let's continue.
$1.99 billion. This development will deliver 360 housing solutions across 72 acres of land in close proximity to Galina, Port Maria, and Oracabessa.
The Prime Minister noted the development will be of quality and affordability and will include modern infrastructure, access roads, and essential services aimed at enhancing the quality of life for future residents. He says it is expected to not only provide housing solutions, but also generate employment during both the construction and occupancy phases, and to also address the housing deficit in Jamaica.
We have to put on these ceremonies. They don't have to be ceremonial, but we have to have a marker in time where we are able to explain to the country what it is we are doing to relieve this structural supply issue that we have in our housing market, which creates the deficit in housing.
The project is being spearheaded through the collaboration between government agency and private sector partners as part of a wider national housing strategy. Yannick Williams, TVJ News.
All right. So you hear him. I am getting the Caliga say 4x for the same phase one. No. And they want approval to do what they want when they want with Nara. Talk the truth, number general. No, I got a loan to fix this. As a mother said, where is the 20,000 houses? Thank you. This is why I do these things so the people can, look into what the government been saying to them before I even came on the internet talking about them. Want to realize the con artist game of these people I play. You feel me I deal with? Them are con man. They are con men and women. No apology, Jamaica. Them are con man. Them con out the people them for them vote. And then now them not deliver. Them for go away and there needs to be a penalty for it. There needs to be a penalty for it in a law where politicians come and make all these grand promises to people and then them don't fulfill them. There needs to be some law penalty. Me talk about hard time in a prison. If you can't lie to you people them. You don't believe me? You can't say the only thing some ramp. The only thing some me ramp here, man. Alright, so I just got an article from Ed Boy. Me I go and play with Ed Boy say. While me look for the article.
But you know, done that. Guess who they get the contract?
Who that?
In 2018. The second one was in 2020. The third one was in 2022. And the last was in 2024.
So every 2 years they do a groundbreaking.
But you know, done that. Guess who they get the contract?
Who that?
A company named Enan Further, Enan Victor, Enan Third, Enan. I don't even know which Enan, but I tell you who they are. They are the people who build this kingdom of man because they were the whole like mash up Edmund Rich.
Jamaica, we can't make this up. We cannot make this up, bro. So not only did Andrew government fail the people them in this groundbreaking exercise from Wapikil fill up till now. Allegedly, according to Head Boy, the project is going to be spearheaded by the group that dealt with the situation at Edmund Ridge, where the people in my ball out and want about their money. Jamaica only can't make this up. Like, yo, I'm telling you, you guys cannot make this up. We couldn't make this up, Jamaica. How do you enter into a contract with a company? And it's about building. And we see the result of Hurricane Melissa and how that went down. And you use the same company again.
It's the same structure of the proposal. I listen to the thing. And remember, by the way, I'm afraid to tell everybody that they're not dead. Yeah?
Yes.
That's my community. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And I listened because I'm interested in some of the lands there. It's a very nice land.
Yes,
yeah?
yes.
So I listened to find out what was happening and if it was good. They're proposing the same prefabricated bullshit that did in Edmund Ridge.
Mighty God.
Now I can tell people about prefabricated, right? Prefabricated is not for the Caribbean.
Cannot be. With these monster storms coming, brethren.
Prefabricated was built to withstand category 1 and category 2. That's what they test them for in China.
But if that is the case though, I don't think, let me say, man, I'm confident say I tell me the truth on that. Why would anybody do that knowing so we have category 3 storm regular in the Caribbean? Those can't even, the regular storm that come in the Caribbean, they can't withstand. So why would they even propose that type of building structure in the Caribbean in the first place? And the government run with it?
You are getting money from the developer.
Okay, the kickbacks. Mighty God. Jamaica, wanna see how corruption mash with, and then them charge these people millions of dollars for these structures.
And one of the lots in there in Galina is 3.5. That is not bad.
Yeah,
right?
okay.
That is very good. Because it's going to give the people of St. Mary a good opportunity to own something along the seacoast.
So Jamaica, we remember when the owners of the houses came out in the media, the cardboard house them, yeah man. Are the same people them, according to Ed Boy, and are the same people them are gonna do the development for these ones in St. Mary. The so-called new groundbreaking in St. Mary. Why may I tell you, yeah, man?
Right. Yeah. What is the issue?
That's why I tell you, say, yo.
So may I go to an article, see, because him send me an article, you know. Ed Boy send me an article. What's up, Patsy? Ed Boy send me an article. This was 2022. Holiness promises more low-cost house for St. Mary. All right, let's go. Listen to this in Jamaica. Promises from 2022. Listen to this.
Galina, St. Mary, a 300 Galina, St. Mary, a 300-unit development will be built. Galina, St. Mary, a 300-unit development will be built in St. Mary soon as part of efforts to address squatting by providing affordable housing. This was announced by Prime Minister Andrew Holness during a recent visit to the northeastern parish. One of the things I want to point out, since I am in a housing development area, is that we intend to do more housing developments in St. Mary, said Holness while formally opening the rehabilitated Lighthouse Road. It will give more housing opportunities for persons. I know it's been a preferred area of informal.
Yeah, we are, bro.
Right. I sent you. So if you listen to Bobby's speech there, Bobby would tell you the third attempt that I've been a groundbreaking.
What?
Is over, man. Yeah, I just sent you the
Oh yeah, I'm going to listen it now. So hold on there. So weird.
And I sent you the first announcement in 20,
Yes.
in 2021.
Yes.
Just now. So I was correct when I said the minister said that this is the third of groundbreaking.
So in any normal democracy and governance, isn't that a failure?
I'll tell you what the issue was. Alright? And each time it happened right on the cusp of an election. So the first project was announced that the NHD had built the Port Mara police station. They gave money for Port Mara police station. That was the first time we were hearing about the Galina housing project. Yeah?
Right.
Because the church, the United Church of Jamaica owns the land. So they were in negotiation. And by the way, this is not there. It was the jail team completed this negotiation, you know. This was completed under Portia Simpson-Miller with MAGNITSKY when she was the minister for NHD.
Right.
Right? The church agreed. But there were some issues because the church had but this was like where the preacher would stay. They were supposed to build a university there, so the church didn't want to give up the land. So the NHD was in negotiation to give them a piece of land that would replace what they were losing. No, so this third, as Bobby said, so is the third attempt that having a groundbreaking. And I'll tell you why they were having the issues with that with the project. Across the road, from this side, down the road, they have a capture land.
Oh.
So what they started first, right, was to bring in people. So most of who got lands in Galina now and that capture land don't come from Galina.
What?
I'll be a criminal around there.
Mighty God.
From Tivoli.
What?
Yeah? Most of the people live in, and tell anybody I say so, Lighthouse Road, Galina. which is close to the lighthouse. Yeah?
Yeah.
Is people who were imported into St. Mary. They not come from there.
My God.
At least 90% that will live down and not come from there.
My
So what
God.
it was, there was a committee set up at first from far back as when Sylvia was MP. So you see how long that was?
Yes.
2011, 2016.
Yes.
That committee started to have discussions on giving the land to the people because the Ministry of Land had removed, because there was a pause on people doing any development around there because of the hurricane in 2000 Ivan. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So the Ministry of Land banned anybody from doing anything. They changed the ordinance to allow the first approach that we did there. Matter of fact, there is supposed to be a play field around there. We, and I'm not guessing and spelling you, we including my family members invested their hard-earned money to build a kid field around there. And
Yeah.
right now, upon them have the people them capture and live for it.
My God.
So this is not something that I'm guessing and spelling about. This is something that I know.
Intimately. Yes.
Intimately. Yeah, because we invested our money in the community part of it, because we always believe in community.
Right.
Now, this project, as I say, I have no problem with people getting homes. You know. My problem with this is if you are going to build the same prefabricated structure you build on a Montego Bay, it's going to be worse because when the hurricane comes into St. Mary, it comes from the sea.
But Ed boy.
Across the road.
Ed boy. Them no need no hurricane to mash up them the house, the Ed boy.
Just a little breeze.
Regular breeze. Cause you talk about Port Marion and Panny Hill, so you Galina, you talk about yo, a crazy headwind look at them the place there, man.
Remember when you go on the road, what them call the wilderness road, you know?
Yeah.
When you see the rock stone them on the side of the road. You ever see the breeze when you drive past this or the breeze blow that's up?
Ed boy, tapping nice, man, and something me know me I talk about, you know. It's a problem.
Door fish pot, you know?
Yeah.
I do a fish place where a lot of people go hang out and eat them fish right at the seaside.
Yes.
Seawall or something. Because
Yes.
seaside or something. Seawall I call it.
Yeah, man, seawall.
Yeah, and remember, you know, so we are not saying that people shouldn't get house, you know.
No.
Come with the same
Proper house, man. Mighty God.
Somebody is getting a kickback from this. Because you are telling me, nobody wanted this project. Nobody, no other developer wanted it.
Wow. That is interesting. That is interesting.
But this same company, Enanford, and they could sue me. This is my view, not the views of Bolo.
Yes.
This same company, Enanford, is the same company doing the development out of St. Thomas with the boy where end up get Melissa land title and into to the coldness.
What?
Yeah?
Mighty God. No, sir.
You know, I left this matter alone, you know, but them started back up.
Yeah, because them go bring it up back, you know, and then now you go see them bring it up back, so. My God.
But it's not only that. This is one of them, you know. The man got broke wrong pan in a spicy grove, right? Spicy grove, the other place he broke wrong for infrastructure work. I want to ask Andrew this. How much lots belong to Bobby Montague in Spicy Grove?
Jesus of
Who
mercy.
really owns Spicy Grove? And another alone, the man them also for trails, capturing agricultural land, telling people to go farm with the idea that the parish council, that's why they come with NAR to circumvent the parish council, you know. So
Yes.
Them now going to need parish council to approve no development.
They just do what they want to do.
So the same thing when they do with the St. Catherine, you know. Remember they just did the Inwood land. You remember the Prime Minister announced in our budget, the Inwood, what they call it, the funny word, I forget the word. But he was saying it is supposed to be some development in Inwood.
Right.
I remember I was the only person to come out on social media and ask, which land in Inwood them are using? The same farmland that Michael Leachin get? Same as a farm pan? Land with irrigation. Let me tell you what they're doing. You see, anywhere farmland there,
that is close to the coast
Yes.
or close to the main,
Yes.
they're taking them up for them because you can buy the farmland. People are the agricultural land is the cheapest land in Jamaica, you know.
Say that again.
Agricultural land are the cheapest lands in Jamaica.
Okay, thank you. Hey, you see, that's why I like talk to you, you know, because you see, the show, me start off the show, you know, with a video, you know, from 3 years ago, you know. I mean, I tell you, say, God have a way, you know. We start off the show with a video from 3 years ago. We talk about a company seek to use agricultural land for housing. And Michael Leach in name call up. You understand? In that same report upon TVJ, Michael Leach in name call up. You want to hear it at just 1 minute and 17 seconds. Head boy?
Run it, man, run it.
A response from the cabinet this evening about development plans for agricultural lands in Innswood, St. Catherine. News that the property is being repurposed for housing has been met with strong opposition. In a statement today, the government says it has requested more information on the matter. A statement from the Office of the Prime Minister, OPM, issued to our news center on Monday, stated that Cabinet had received a preliminary briefing from the Sugar Company of Jamaica Holdings Limited, SCJ, and the National Environment and Planning Agency, NEPA, on the issue. Agricultural stakeholders, including the Jamaica Agricultural Society, JAS, have been demanding answers since a Galina report indicating that the lands which were originally acquired for agricultural production was to be repurposed to housing. The OPM statement insisted that there has been no sale of the Innswood land and no decision to sell the land. It said the company had a lease for the lands with a portion currently being used for agricultural production. It goes on to say other entities associated with Mr. Lee Chin have expressed an interest in purchasing a portion of the lands to use for housing. The government has asked the SCJ and NEPA to provide a detailed report on the developments and the proposal for the lands to assist Cabinet in making a decision.
So, the argument they have made for the
No, sorry for laughing, because one thing I love doing about you have your facts, you know.
No, but I have to tell you in the head, boy, this was just coincidental that we find this video, you know. And it just alarmed me when me listen to it. I said, hold on, why would you buy agricultural lands and build on it when we have a food security issue in Jamaica and we're not producing anything?
But he's not the only one doing it. I want to remind you, and Gassan, if you're vexed with me, I don't care. You know, I respect the Azan family very well. But
yes.
At the end of the day, wrong is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, you know, that this started first at Bernard Lodge.
Oh.
Remember, when they started to run off, when I think that they run off the people for Bernard Lodge, what they were doing, the people were opening up people's eyes. They said, "Watch a land over Bernard Lodge, you can build a house. Come and build a house."
Right.
Remember, you know, is the same principle in Andrew China school where the government of China gave. Yeah?
Right.
The China Friendship School in our constituency, who, by the way, was his close friend, that when him going to parliament was saying get information to be a criminal over Bernard Lodge. Yeah? And knock down the people in house. At the same time, they had given Mr. Gassanazan close to over 400 acres of land to say him about farm, right?
Mm-hmm.
When Darrell was at Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation. No, Gassan not tell me nothing. Gassan told me personally when I interacted with him when he was going to a particular airport, I won't call it.
Yes.
Yeah? And I asked him and I said, I like the fact that you're going to, and he, people talking, I want land, and I'm going to plant, and I'm going to employ the farm. You know how much land that's not over there? And agricultural production?
Tell me, man.
Less than 20 acres.
So how much acres in all the land?
400 acres.
But my God, that is not even what? That's not what? So 400 acres, 10% of that are 40, so a 5% of the land the man I use. 5%? 5%. How would they blows and skirt?
Why was Gassan encouraged by Darrell Band? Because remember that became a little mini scandal, little leading up 2018, 2019, and at the same time we had the rooms and the beach scandal when try to sell the place to the Mexican them the undervalue.
My God.
The same period, you know?
My God.
The same period. When he did that, Gassan said, oh no, we're going to then leeching got into after. So this clip you're hearing now is after Gassan got those land, you know.
So it's a sequence. It's a sequence of events.
Who is the two financiers of Darren outside of the cooling at the Oasis? It's Gassan and leeching.
My God.
Gassan Hassan is a neighbor of Darren was in Portland.
What?
Don't understand. And them grew up together.
No. Wow.
And them are the one where we give OD, and OB and OC. Them we give an OT out of the teeth.
Mighty
So
God.
what Darrell was doing when he was at economic growth, and that's why Andrew running out of the ministry fast and quick, you know. What he was doing, he was setting up his friend, because remember, you know, when they did economic growth and job creation, you will see the developmental order that is coming for these areas. So when you say to your friend, I call Bolo, I say, Bolo, go buy some land. Say, let's use a place in a St. Catherine. Right?
Yes.
I said to you, said, no, let's use Kingston. I said to you, go down a jungle. You know jungle good?
Yeah.
And Rima, go down the part of Rima what them call no man's land. That's between connecting from Rosestown to all the way back to Dennertown. Yeah? Remember being empty land down there now?
Yes. Right.
I said to you, hold up, buy some land down there. Yes. Buy land for what? I said, you listen to me, just buy the land.
Yes.
And cheap now, buy it.
Yes.
Then you buy the land, and then you hear 2 years down the road, a big developmental project and all. So you think what happen? And you may have to come back as the developer to come buy back the land if you do what we need to do.
Mighty
or
God.
I enter a joint venture with you where you front me the land and I do the development.
So this is what you call inside trade, inside a trade. Mighty God.
They're using it with the land. And you see, this thing really rubbed me the wrong way. You know why? Because in Catherine, what is happening to poor farmers, them run off the farmer, them over into the who plant them out of color loan that was leaving those lands over Bernard, over Innswood. Being exported them up.
What?
Exported them up. Yeah. Farmers over there.
So
I can tell you about other people who are involved in fishing as well.
So Ed boy, what you explain to me, this sound like one of the reasons why the production in agriculture has declined.
Because we have taken up fertile agricultural lands that previously also had irrigation.
Yes. What you're explaining is what I heard Dr. Dayton Campbell speak about on the campaign all of last year.
These elections have consequences.
Yes.
Those who don't understand, it's going to get worse because you say no with this narrow. What they're going to do. So, for example, I want to tell the people of Southfield, who not think, who not see us, who not send to them. All of the agricultural lands will soon become housing development. Can't tell you what these guys do. They know a lot of Jamaicans are tired of being outside of Jamaica, especially in the United States.
Yes.
If you do a survey right now and you interview 10 Jamaicans living in America, at least 5 of them want to come home.
That is a fact. Yeah? That is a fact.
Yeah? Especially Jamaicans living in America. So what they're doing, they're looking at, so we think Masha left to come back home. When them come back home, him friend them are below them, for them go live in. Chess moves.
My God.
When we speak this way, people think that you're hating an Dr. Wood. Well, I don't even call him a doctor. You're hating an Andrew Woodness.
Yes.
You're not hating an Andrew. It is pointing out facts. Why are you taking? There was an integrated plan to make Bernard Lodge and Innswood become the other additional agro parks. Yeah? What we should be doing, we have all the land there. They say you come out of 6 Mile.
Yes.
Yeah? You look up on the hill there. Yeah?
Yeah.
All of that land goes back up to a place that they call Forest Hills. Yeah? Go back up to Belvedere, all background. Why aren't we building houses must be built on hillside and level lands must be left for farming.
Right.
To feed yourself. A matter of fact, Bernard Lodge sits on the largest body of water aquifer in St. Catherine and them building houses on the aquifer.
But no, yeah, make me think about the prophecy now. Because, you know, I heard a lady tell one of the people who sent to do it and them places to evacuate, you know, after Hurricane Melissa, you know. Because the man them have some plans to that place there and God have plans with them. So interesting. Aquifer is there, so thanks for that information.
Yeah, but Bernard, what do you think the Chinese do in Bernard Lodge?
Them love anywhere with water there, no man. Them love anywhere with water there. At them the land that them go off because them smart. So when them go to all the government no wanna make deal. Them don't scope out what them want already, you know. So then give them anything they want, no forget anything they want. Huh?
And God exposed them. Remember the storm, the hurricane last year just exposed what they were building in St. Anna, you know?
Yes.
The storm come, people sit back at it where they made a billion.
Yes.
That land is lands. What is that? Is the home of Marcus Garvey. I just a Marcus Garvey.
Hey, Mr. God, yeah? These acts by the government will not go unpunished. Mark my words. God is on the case.
Changed what they have done down in St. Anne, and I feel it for the people. That's why St. Anne is now having the water problem.
Exactly. That is a fact.
Most of St. Anne water is underground because we know in school that we're told about sedimentary rocks. Sedimentary rock. Allow water and permeable. Them allow water to pass through them, like especially limestone rocks.
Yes.
So most of St. Anne is limestone, so the water is underground.
Yes.
Grasslands, all of that water that passes through there, it goes to a place that we call green grotto caves. So if you change the direction of the water and the flow of where the water would naturally go, it is going to go somewhere else. So when you think when the flooding starts up in a certain place in the center, particularly St. Anne Bay, we can wait until it's right there, which part them just down the highway.
Yes.
You wait until them put in the other part of the road. You will see how flooding going on now. Yeah?
My God. No, sir.
So these people have no care. Some people, you know, no regard. Them demand them just a grab land. And me say when we talk about grab, it's worse in a St. Mary and Portland. Don't even mention St. Thomas. Once you touch, because what is happening now, there's no more coastal land left. All of St. Anne gone, all of Trelawney gone, all of St. James is gone. The grill and them place, they know it's always posh place, so anybody can go up and capture.
Yes.
So what they have left now is St. Mary, Portland, and St. Thomas.
Jesus.
The only place left with coast. There's no coastal area from St. Catherine to Manchester. None. Unless you go down the south coast of Rocky Point and them place.
My God.
So they are actually doing this so that they can be closer to the coast, because when you sell a property and you put in it seafront land, nobody not live there, the price automatically goes up because of its location and proximity to the ocean. Yeah? No man, these guys.
This is diabolical.
No, but it is, and look who them put in the Ministry of Lands.
My God, talk truth.
The master of thieving lands. The master of thieving lands.
Wow.
You know, but the man think you have land up in a bush, up in a gale, how much acres of land, and still going to people privately to tell them, sell them whole family land. Bobby and me say so, because you know I'm not afraid of you.
My God.
He's doing that.
That are between you and Bobby.
Bobby. Right?
No,
This
sir.
is what they're doing. And when they say these things, people think you're coming with hatred. It's not hatred.
Yes.
What happened to the poor man in that?
Yes, what about the people? Yes.
We should set a policy in Jamaica which said, let us look at our available lands in the rural areas and start to allocate them accordingly to our young people. You know what, in the other parts of the Caribbean, you have ministries that is called sustainable development. You go to them, they say, okay, you're born here, you forget land here. Simple.
True.
You apply, and they give you, unlike the NHT, where the NHT actually must be qualified. In these places, they don't do that. Where they tell you, you get the land, and you pay over a period of time. They give you 5 years, 6 years, 10 years to pay for the land. So whilst you're paying for the land, you can start to build. Yeah?
True.
We don't want poor black people in Jamaica to own nothing. Because when you own land, you have wealth.
Yes.
Remember, you can't go bank. You can maybe use your old piece of Benz or your old Toyota with devalue after a period of time, but land, very rare land devalues. Unless there's some disaster in the area.
To your point, I was listening to a clip, a small clip. So 50 Cent did some investing in a state. I don't remember the state. But the politicians are super upset. That's in the state because apparently they profit off the prisons and him giving people job and giving them hope. It a mess to them bottom dollar, and him a bring in all of this action to the state where whole heap of money start coming now and development, and them not like that. You understand?
Even the ordinary man are fighting.
Yes.
If there's anything you can do in this life, Bolo, and I say to your listeners, if it's your last dollar you have in your life, don't buy a car. Do not buy a car.
Yes.
Do not buy a vehicle. Invest in land.
Yes.
I tell you this. When you have a piece of time and you go to the bank, when you go in, they go sit down with the banker and look for you different.
Yes.
And realize that you have an asset that you can know. What do you do with assets? You leverage them.
Yes.
How you leverage assets? By borrowing against what you have. All of the development that you see some of them are doing in Jamaica now. And I see them money them are using the bank money, but they have assets such as land in critical areas that banks say, okay, well, Mr. Vaz, if they depreciate under development yard when you have sky, high sky. Yeah. We have a piece of land on a port that we can defeat, you know. Yeah.
I want to ask you something in regards to that. I am not the person qualified to speak on, investment and stuff like that. But in terms of opening a trust, what is that procedure like in Jamaica? Is it easy or is it challenging? Can anybody learn how to do it? Or is it, what would be the process of doing that?
Well, the trust laws in Jamaica are a little bit ticklish because gone were the days when you could have hid behind a trust. What? That is why Mr. Williams, right? That is why Mr. Williams it is alleged, got himself in trouble. When he said he was holding the shares for somebody. Yeah? Right?
Whoa.
But I am simply saying that what we're seeing now, in terms of trust, it's easier for you to open. But let me go back. Let me go forward to go back.
Right.
Most rich families, that what has never been taught by us, is to make a big money and you go in at the bank go put it down in a name. Sir, it's the worst thing you could ever do.
Right.
Yeah? You know why? Joe blow around the corner, Miss Mary up the hill, and Miss Han down a center and no one say you have money in the bank. What the rich do is they set a trust. Yeah? And that trust is what they use to deal with their money. Why? Because if tomorrow morning you come sue Bolo or sue Edward, that money is not sitting, you are not exposed.
Right.
So you can trust. The trust is a company. And then what you can do if you're going through issues, because the trust is not called BOLO Trust or Edward Trust. It is a company. You are protected.
Right.
Yeah? Because trust must be a company first. It has to be an LLC, an LTD, depending on what form.
We need a class.
I wouldn't encourage anybody to open a trust in Jamaica.
Damn.
Because the privacy laws, when you're opening trust, that's why you see them go to St. Lucia. That's why they go to Belize. That's why they go to other places
So
in the world.
if you're not hung up about the privacy part of it, would it be beneficial for persons that like families that say, all right, you know, they want to build something and build a legacy?
Absolutely, and there are certain trusts. The best thing is to do an irrevocable trust.
A what? Say that again.
Irrevocable, which means if I die tomorrow, my trust continues because I have a benefactor.
Oh.
Yeah? And so let's say my son is the benefactor for my trust or my wife, right? Then that trust continues and it rolls over to your son, whatever is left in the trust.
This is what the major, the big families do. You know, what they call them, the elite families do.
Absolutely. So that's why right now Sanders was going through the drama. Because remember the issue was they were saying that Mr. Stewart had no will. Yeah? However, he had a trust.
Right.
And what people don't, and this is where the wife knows that you could beat other man this one. Because you have a trust supersedes your will, sir. A will has no power over a trust. Yeah? So this is how these people operate. In fact, when you hear like the one of the name, Harold Brady, I don't know if you remember him. He's from Western St. Mary and Bobby Friend, right? Harold Brady was the man that fingered in Matt Phelps and Phillips. You remember at the last moment there were some things they couldn't pay and bill and he couldn't pay that. But if you know Harold had a trust, and he was living from that. So every time the court come after him, I think the court wanted about 21 million from him. So I don't know every book. Trust.
Mighty God. No, sir. I can't bother.
Others are doing the same thing.
Yes.
Asmat was a trust.
Yes. I think that people, just need to be educated so them can, because I was listening to a short snippet on YouTube and the young man was teaching about the trust. It was a long time video still. And him say the trust is like a cookie jar. So all of your sweets would be your assets. That's where you would put your sweets. And basically you can just use it, you can borrow against the trust. So his trust would be 200,000. Then he would go to the bank and say, you want to borrow against his trust, you get 150,000. Now he purchases a land, and this is not financial advice, it's just a scenario. He purchases a land and he paid on it, and the land is valued at $1.2 million. He put that in the trust as well. So now the trust will be valued $1.25 million. And now we can borrow against that again to get more money for increasing assets. And all in this time, he does not 100% write out on the land because he's paying down on it. I'm saying these type of analogies where they meet for teaching at schools. So people can actually, as family, rise above it all.
Literacy, if you listen to Peter Bunting and Mark Wall during the campaign, they kept on saying they were going to ensure that we implement something called financial literacy.
Yes.
And I'll tell you why. Because a lot of people have never been taught.
That is it, my brother.
How to manage money, how to invest money, and how to leverage money.
And
you are right about the exact description you gave. That's exactly what you do with a trust. Because guess what? A trust is a company. So which bank is going to say no to company A? Right? So we're not going to give you a loan. When they look at what you have on your balance sheet,
right,
how much money comes in the trust, right? And once you can leverage the assets of the trust to get a loan. And as you say, you get in the game, right? And the trust continues to hold these things until it, hold them until it pays off. And once it pays off, the assets belong to the trust.
Exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
So,
exactly.
You know, I don't want to really change the topic.
Mm.
This is really, really, really good. And I want people, I think, you know, I'm going to seriously look at it. Maybe once a month we can have something bolo.
Yeah, man. I really would appreciate that, man.
And I see Marvin doing a lot, but he's more on the crypto side.
Yes.
I am more edgy about crypto
Mm-hmm.
than anything else, but it's still a good field.
Yes.
But let us look more on some financial literacy.
Yeah, man.
Basic understanding. What
Yeah,
is
man.
a dividend? How does a dividend work? What's a stock? Yeah? You know, so a man like you and I could just take up $5,000 out of our money and go invest in a career of stocks.
All them something there. Like, man, I am eager for that knowledge and application as well. So it would benefit me and myself as well. You understand? Yeah, because
all the best, brother Bolo.
respect.
And all I can say to Bobby and his friends in St. Mary, I want to remind you that the father of a former mayor of St. Mary was charged and died under house arrest for stealing land.
Mighty God.
So those who have ears to hear,
let them hear.
God.
Yes, sir. Big up yourself. One head boy, yeah, man. Big up head boy. I really appreciate the timing, you know. Trust me. Wow, 34 minutes of goal. 34 minutes of goal, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys appreciate the dialogue, please hit the like button. Don't be stingy. At least you can do that, Jamaica. At least you can share the live. We have 62 persons on TikTok. Yeah, go ahead and get me to 50,000 likes. Island Red, how you doing? Samuel, how are you? Right? For the persons on YouTube, all you have to do is click the like button one time, not even two times, one time. I wanna good. I don't know what happened to Sydney, you know, but Sydney did come up earlier. Sydney drop off. I guess he might work because him doing that. He's supposed to work. Sydney run taxi, you know. Supposed to work. Big up Sydney. But I really appreciate Ed Boy. Now, I want to go to this, ladies and gentlemen. I found this video, and I think it's important to the conversation that we just had. Because you see, elections are important. Governance style is important. All right? So I want you guys to listen to this carefully. I want to this now. Why am I not hearing it? Huh? What? Hold on there. Hey, Island Girl.
Now, what am I talking
Okay, wonderful. Here we go.
I once did a video on my fellow Jamaicans. For years, people have been wondering if Michael Manley's democratic socialism was rubbish. And yes, it is rubbish. It is rubbish to those who don't understand what's going on and can't see the lies that have been told. Now, what am I talking about? I once did a video on demand and supply, free markets, economy, the whole works, about it being a lie and man-made and manipulated. And somebody went in the comment section at the time and they were saying that, oh, the capitalist economy is the greatest thing. They do better than every other economies in the world. It's the best way to gain wealth. And look at China, even China had to change and all that jazz. And I had to point out to him that China is actually a socialist market economy. It never switched, right, to any free market economy. And that only 2% of the people in the capitalist economies are actually rich or wealthy.
Now, Jamaica, why is this important? Andrew Holness has stated that he likes a free market economy. All right? So we are looking at free market economy versus Michael Manley's style of economy. And looking at the world and the actual facts about it. And help me to get to my live goal, ladies and gentlemen. I need 25 money gun. Yes. 25 money gun on the live goal. Let's continue.
And some of the best run countries in the world practice a form of democratic socialism. And they're doing way better than the capitalist countries. So the Nordic countries like like Denmark, Norway, Sweden, Finland, Iceland, right? They all practice a form of democratic socialism, and they are heavy on the socialist aspect of their economy. And they have a high standard of living, higher standard of living than many capitalist economies. So how is it then that Michael Manley's democratic socialism that is being used in many countries around the world that are doing well was not a good thing? Let's take a trip to 2007. In 2007, remember, Michael Manley's thing was free education, free healthcare, self-reliance, and the government should own certain crucial entities that are important to the country. Fast forward again, as I was saying, to 2007. The tagline used by the then Mr. Golden was free education, free healthcare. Grow what you eat what you grow. So Mr. Golden ran on a platform that was similar to Michael Manley's platform and won. So if Michael Manley's ideas, system was rubbish, how then in 2007 we could have had that election? Ladies and gentlemen, these are just a few tip of the iceberg. Let's go deeper. Jamaica used to have preferential trade agreement with Jamaica and Caribbean, with Europe, with our banana, with our sugar. And America decided, yes, a capitalist country decided that it wanted to sell bananas to the world. It did not produce bananas, so it went down into South and Central America, bought up the lands down there, the farms down there, started producing bananas and calling them Chiquita bananas and wanted what? A market to sell into. But because the Caribbean had this lovely preferential agreement with Europe, it had to get rid of our preferential agreement. So it went to the WTO and lobbied and got rid of our preferential trade agreement. So now the Caribbean's sugar and banana industry is down to nothing, basically. Okay, remember this. In recent times, China is a bubble of energy. China in the EV world is king. China produces some of the best EVs at the scale that these capitalist countries can't compete with. So what did the capitalist countries do? They decided that they wanted to protect their industry. They wanted to put tariffs up to even 100% tariffs. They wanted to put all forms of trade barriers on China's EVs so that China's EVs don't mess with their domestic economy. Remember the free market economy, but they are protecting it from China. They don't want to open up their market to China. But our small countries, our markets need to be open to them. Yes, makes a lot of sense. So remember, they're protecting their EV industry. They got rid of our sugar and banana industry. But one of the biggest hypocrisy, not just the fact that they are protecting the EV industry, but the fact that even at the time when they were getting rid of our industry, our sugar and banana, they heavily subsidize their farmers in America. Not only do they heavily subsidize their farmers in America, one of the arguments against China is that China EV industry is heavily subsidized. The hypocrisy.
Yeah.
Are you now seeing that this free market economy thing is rubbish? And when you have some Jamaicans telling you that Michael Manley's democratic socialism is rubbish, and I am telling you that the free market is rubbish, who do you believe? Do you believe me? Do you believe facts or do you believe fiction? Do you believe in the evidence that's provided? The fact that democratic socialist economies are doing far better, and we have many examples, than the capitalist economies. Do you believe in the facts that these same countries that try to get rid of your economy and convince you that the free market is the best way to go, they are protecting their economies? Do you believe in those facts? Or are you going to sit down and still believe that Michael Manley was not on the right track, just poorly executed? Michael Manley himself would have admitted that in the 90s that he made a few mistakes, but one mistake he did not make was going democratic socialists. Because, ladies and gentlemen, that is the real way to go. Do not allow them to lie to you about free markets, about capitalist economies, because they do not work. Just take a look at China. Not even just the EVs. Take a look at how China is being developed. Take a look how China is far more advanced city-wise and every aspect compared to a lot of these so-called free market countries. And just take a look at the fact that a lot of our Jamaican infrastructure right now is being facilitated by China, a country that is not a free market country, a country that is willing to help us grow. But these so-called free market economies have never brought us anywhere.
Mighty God.
So no, Michael Manley's policies were never rubbish. They were the right policies, probably at the wrong time, because people did not accept his policies. My fellow Jamaicans,
No,
for
I
years,
really appreciate this, Bridget, for this video that he did. You understand what I say? He named 2220 2220 King's World on TikTok. Check him out. Check him out, Jamaica. And the man, if you go do no own research, the man is absolutely right. The man is absolutely right. Andrew Holness loves the free market. He does. I want to just go to one clip with Zara Burton when he actually mentioned it out of his own mouth. You feel me I deal with? Let me save that clip after the evidence. Hold on, the evidence, right? Save this one as well. To the evidence file. There we go. Zara Burton report on Andrew Holness property. I don't know why I'm not seeing her. Hurricane victim, blah blah blah. Highlight Zara Burton deep analysis of Andrew Holness saga. No man. The original clip me want. When she had talked on an interview Andrew. Most of I have it in my evidence file, you know. What is wrong with the bowler? Hi Joanne Gibbs, how you doing, darling? Nobody now help me with my money gun, what you call it? My money gun, something there. Yeah, may I try some different thing in Jamaica. See what we can manage. bless up the goal, the live goal, guys. On YouTube and on TikTok. Please bless up the live goal, alright? If I can. Let me see. The playlist. Cause you see people. Oh, let me play this now.
The government is being criticized for being reactive.
If you don't know the law, seek the people around you who advise you to tell you about the law. It's not a requirement that everybody is a lawyer, but seek proper counsel before you go and do things and before you step on the highest platform in the land and make utterances that you can't take back properly.
Greetings.
Joanne, I know you may talk to specifically, may talk to everybody. You have to have a PayPal, you have to attach some type of PayPal to the TikTok so you can send gifts. For the one who knows how to send gifts, help me with the live goal, alright? Yeah man, if you can. But if you can't, tapping up the screen is free. Okay, my people? Wonderful.
I'm in London, but I've been following closely the events concerning the demolition of people's homes. This afternoon, a team from the People's Homes in Clifton, St. Catherine, and I want to give you an update of what took place today. This afternoon, a team from the People's National Party, led by one of our vice presidents, Mayor Norman Scott, visited the residents of Clifton. Other members of the team were MP Fitz Jackson, Patricia Duncan Sutherland, Isaac Buchanan, and councillors Lawrence, Harris, Benjamin, Rose,
Wint, Preddy, Garrix, Burke, and Councillor Candidate Chambers. Our team were warmly greeted and welcomed by the residents, and the discussion centered on the demolition of their homes, the impact on their lives.
What's up, unknownly, bro?
How we can respond to their plight.
I will.
Our councillors will come together to assist the residents with a contribution of funding towards their legal fees to seek full compensation. An attorney, Isaac Buchanan, will be assisting in legal representation on their behalf. The women's movement, led by Patricia Duncan Sutherland, is sourcing counseling services for the residents, many of whom are traumatized by this callous and wanton act by the government against vulnerable citizens who it ought to be protecting.
My God.
We also intend to take other action against the government's egregious practice of evicting people and destroying their homes without due process and without providing suitable alternate accommodation and compensation for their lost investment. Time come.
Mr. Fitzjackson, you have that. And you remained deafeningly silent while your party leader put his 2 feet in his mouth. Your party spokesperson put her 2 in her mouth, and the other one, Buchanan, put his 2 feet in his mouth and embarrassed themselves. So I want to ask you this morning, Mr. Jackson, don't you speak to your leader, the opposition leader and the party leader, Mark Golding? Did he not call you and say, well, Fitz, this is developing. What is happening here? Tell me. We need to make a statement on it. We need to take a position.
So examine that you that there say. When you listen to Andrew when he says, I find the party matter about free enterprise and taxes.
Increasing and economic.
Is the economy going? Have you done any analysis of your tax plan and what economic growth is going to look like in your first year?
I wouldn't want to give you a specific figure.
But your analysis must have produced something that is tangible for the people to understand.
Yeah, but I didn't say I would give you that figure.
But it has produced a figure.
Okay.
Otherwise, why would we do that?
Give me a general sense of where we have on the low end and the top end.
I would say to you that if you're going to talk about economic growth, you should be above 3%.
Okay, that's a fair statement to make. Right. Let's talk about some of the other taxes that you, tax incentives and lower rates.
Yeah. Jamaica has never been over 3% in growth under his government since he's been in power. Think about that.
So in
I think there was mention of some transfer taxes as well.
In general, our tax plan is to reduce transaction taxes. A part of economic growth is to get the velocity of transactions increasing, and particularly in construction and real estate, because those are major employment areas. So we will bring to the levels to which we had them before our transfer tax and stamp duties, and estate taxes as well.
You seem to don't like taxes too much because
absolutely. I'm a small government, free enterprise person. I believe that markets work best and taxes are distortionate.
Okay, is that why
you hear that? Free enterprise person. That's what me and Edboy was just talking about. Well, that's what the man was mentioning a while ago in the video that I just played, ladies and gentlemen. Right? In a capitalistic country, you have a free enterprise market. In a democratic socialist country, it's quite different. So when you hear the stance where Andrew owners have on that, right? This audio when I play right so, my first time I hear it, but I'm not gonna leave that alone. The one a while ago Cliff Hughes. Let me go back to this, ladies and gentlemen, the housing situation, right? And I want you guys to understand something about capture land that we missed. For those that did not watch the TVJ interview, it's gonna be interesting. When you tell a friend to come definitely for forward for that segment. Listen to this. Listen to this. My God. It's gonna be
You know, many years ago, I had a lot of land that I didn't take care of, but I paid the land tax every single year. So I was talking to a professional about that, and he said, Mr. Bill, even though you are paying it, it's because, you know, down there clean up and thing, you might go down there one day and somebody's on it and you would have difficulty getting the person off it. And I said, but I pay the tax, and say it don't matter. So this morning, we're taking a closer look at that issue, which impacts many communities across Jamaica. Capture land, what does them call them? Squatters.
Yeah.
What exactly does it mean, and what rights do both occupants and landowners have, and how they can verify who legally owns the property? Attorney at law Alexander Shaw is with us morning, so welcome to Smile.
Morning, Alexander.
So with my issue, which is a true story, and I paid every single year, I pay an income tax, not the land tax. And then somebody was telling me, say, it don't matter because you're not down there to clean up the place and thing. If somebody
Yes, because you have a right, you have a duty. You know, because owning land or having land is not enough, because the starting point is that you don't really own land.
Well, that means I paid.
Land belongs to the government, and the government conveys an interest to you and say, listen, Neville, take care of the land and pay your taxes. But you have been only doing one thing, which is paying your taxes. That is not enough.
But so if somebody bought the land, I paid for it, and I'm paying my property tax. What else I need to do to tell everybody?
Well, you need to possess it, because so government is saying, you know, we gave you the land to possess it, take care of it, be a good steward and ensure that there is nothing, it's not becoming a nuisance to society. So if somebody else goes in and is taking care of the property, then by all means.
I can build up something.
Yes,
I can go and I'm tell I must move from the gate when it's my land.
Well, and what you have become is a title or a paper owner.
You hear that, Jamaica? All the people when they overseas and have land, make sure so not take care of the land. I not just pay property tax and pay all these tax. Can you imagine? The government will accept your tax in Jamaica, and you end up losing your land same way, you know? Mighty God.
Title is in your name, but you're not really possessing the land. And so the squatter now has a right through the doctrine of what we call adverse possession.
Explain that one.
No, adverse possession is pretty much where a squatter or an individual goes, illegally occupies land, and after certain years, in Jamaica 12 years, you can claim the property. But you
hear that? So you own a land, Jamaica. You pay for the land, you know. Property, everything, you buy the land, you know. But because in Jamaica you're not a landowner, that's not on the title. A man can use adverse possession. I believe this needs to change. Well, I think the Constitution needs to change. If somebody own the land, them own the land, brother. It cannot be that a man paying taxes and everything are up to date. I think this is robbery. I think this is a flaw in the law. It is the law, you know. But I believe it's a flaw in the law, and I think the law needs to be challenged in debate and amendment. And we, the people, have to know the law to push the conversation of the debate and change an amendment or amendment. What do you think about that? Let me know what you think in the comment section.
You must actually possess it and pay taxes. So you paying taxes is not enough. This person is actually paying taxes, excluding the world. What do I mean by that? So maybe he or she run a fence, run a property, you know, and it doesn't...
Chief Justice Willie Williams, big up.
Matter who comes, you are saying it belongs to me. So you as the rightful owner may very well go there and give notice and say, listen, get off my place. And say, listen, man, go on with your business. Because not even the notice is sufficient. You need to ensure that you institute legal proceedings to recover the premises.
Let me ask you this though, right?
Wow. So you see where conflict come in, because in Jamaica, you know, unfortunately, we don't really deal with conflict in the right ways, you know. We don't. So you can imagine you buy your land as in the most Jamaican way possible. You own your land and know so you have your title. And you are unaware of this particular law right here and understanding of owning land. And then a man go on your land, or a woman, whoever, build on the land while you're not there. So for instance, you might be overseas and you travel and you have work and you feel good that you have all these assets and everything. And the asset in this case is the land and it's not being occupied and used. My God. And the person can just circumvent you through adverse possession. These are the things that cause violence in Jamaica. In the culture of Jamaica, this is what causes violence. You understand? I wouldn't even try nothing like that. I would not. I'm talking about me personally. I wouldn't even use the law in this way. I just think it's morally wrong for somebody to buy land, own it, paying taxes for it, and then I come, set up shop, start pay taxes, dead for 12 years, and me, it's gonna be a challenge between me and that person. No, I would never do something like that. I think morally it is wrong. I don't care what the law says. And this is an example of the law being the law does not make it right. That's why God's law and the conscience of God it overrides any law in my book. You understand? God is the authority. You get me? Because men can make laws that are morally wrong. And I believe this is morally wrong. And he's going to say something here. Listen to this.
For granted that people watching understands what the legal definition is of capture land. Is it the same thing that you're talking about?
Same
Adverse possession.
Same thing. Capture land. But there is a little difference with respect to privately owned land and government land.
Give us the difference.
Listen to this.
So for private property, like your property never, 12 years would be considered sufficient to, mature in a claim in adverse possession, meaning after 12 years, you can very well claim the land to be yours. But if we're talking about government-owned land here, you have to wait until 60 years. 60.
Jamaica, only hear that? So government land is protected for 60 years. So them can just have it there, not being used, not being possessed, not being productive, and poison ivy big up. And you cannot claim the land. But let it be that you're a normal or a private citizen. Yeah, it's private land. It's only 12 years again. What a piece of nastiness. Why not 30 years? Why not half the time what the government get? Less than a quarter of the time that government get to own the land without somebody can adverse possess it. This is incredible.
60 years, because guess what? We know government is not so, efficient.
So why should the people of Jamaica be efficient when the government that has more resources than any single individual is not efficient? This law is morally wrong. They need to change this law. And the Jamaican people need to pressure our representatives to represent us. If you agree with me, type agree. How can the government get this leverage of being when say they are not what?
Land here.
Yes.
You have to wait until 60 years. 60 years, because guess what? We know government is not so efficient.
So we should be efficient and the government shouldn't be efficient. This is injustice. This is injustice. We have to do better. Me tell you, this is going to shock you. The conversation different today. When I came across this video, I was on Facebook. I said, wait a minute. Huh? That's TVJ? Let me find this clip. Because there's just no way. There's no way. I only heard a part of it and I said, no, man. How many people know about this? Adverse possession. The only time I heard that is when Isaac Buchanan spoke about it. Especially with the situation in East Portland where they're doing the highway and they're removing people. Right? So that is the government adverse possessing the land. So they can use it for the projects that they're using it for. Right?
or put another way, government doesn't have the time to be policing, land. And so you have to give them enough.
So the people that has less resources than the government must find the time to police their land when they have multiple properties. Jamaica, I want you to make it to make sense, This is what the man is saying, that government does not have the time. I don't know, my side, on now work with me today. On now hit the like button on TikTok. On now hit the like button on YouTube. On now hit the what is going on today? On my side now work with me, man.
Of time.
Now work with me at all.
Efficient. Or put another way, government doesn't have the time to be policing, land. And so you have to give them enough time until they realize. But for you, you have a duty as owner to ensure that you keep your property in good condition.
Yeah. Final question on my story. What if the...
John C. what's up? Want to hear that? Want to hear that? The people of Jamaica, the private owners of property, or leasers of property, need to make sure that we are efficient. But the government does not have that need. They can just be lackadaisical and 60 years can pass until one can adverse possess their land. Mighty God. But we that have less resources need to be more responsible than the government. I find this to be utterly disrespectful. Who made this law? Utterly disrespectful.
Person who took over the land, built upon it, cleaning it up, putting fence around it, me paying property tax, but he or she is not. It's still them one.
Well, the truth is, it's because it depends on the time. And so what will happen is that you'll have to go to court because paying taxes is very important, but paying taxes on either side, whether you or the squatter, that is not enough. And if it is that I am actually taking good care of the property, I am, and I am refuting your interest, because many times you have people paying taxes because they hear that, you can pay tax and just get the place. That is not the case. So in that particular situation, the court may very well have to determine whether or not you are still the owner or whether the ownership has passed to this person.
Mr. Shaw, I buy the land, I have the title, I pay property tax, and I go down there and a man on my land who is not paying property tax, and because I'm on the land for 12 years, he can't tell me to go on my yard.
Well, and it's... You see, English law is about possessing land. And so it is really the person who is in possession with other things. So because...
Jamaica are some bunch of pirate make their law, So you're not landowners in Jamaica, you're land possessors. So if you're not possessing the land, somebody else can come possess it for you. That's like, you can imagine me build one house and spend all my money upon that. And because I don't possess it and I'm overseas, somebody can just come possess my house and then pay taxes and claim ownership of the house that I built. No, man, this is a pirate law, man. Mr. Chief Justice Willie Williams, this is a pirate law.
We have a lot of land in Jamaica where, it has become a nuisance, harboring criminals. And it was in possession, and it's...
I want to notice how he must stammer, and it's... He knows this is madness, fam.
You see, English law is about possessing land. And so it is really the person who is in possession with other things. So, because we have a lot of land in Jamaica where...
No, today is the soundbite. Today is the soundbite day. I'm not on camera on YouTube. And I'm not on camera on TikTok today. Soundbite. This is a voice live. Voice only. All right? Yeah.
It has become a nuisance, harboring criminals, wild animals, simply because people buy land and just have the land sitting idly. And so the law really does not want that to happen. And so it's really by virtue of that why we have this doctrine of adverse possession. So it's really unfortunate. And then you have some owners who wait until somebody builds up something nicely and then they just come in and say, listen, get off. And that too now is unjust enrichment. But on either side though, there's going to be a problem. Because I have my land and I'm paying the taxes and then you just come take over. Which is why would you wait until 12 years though? Because 12 years time means that you really...
Why would you wait until 60 years though? So why the government forget leverage of 60 years, but we enough wait leverage? Brother, listen to me. This law needs to change point blank period. There's no argument for me that is substantial for them to tell me that if I own something, I can do whatever damn well I want to do with it. It is mine, as long as I'm not harming anybody. Not true? As long as I'm not harming anyone. If I want to buy one piece of land and put one shed on it and just walk the land when me come to Jamaica because me like to see the view, that's what it should be, and it done right there. So this is foolishness when I talk. No, and it's not even him, it's the law, because he's telling us what the law is saying, so I'm not attacking him per se. But this question when I ask now coming from him, in terms of him reasoning the thing, Brethren, it does not matter. It doesn't matter. I already spent my money. Right? This has to be some type of archaic law that has come from the time of pirates in Jamaica. Somebody can just come build, see one land and just come build house for my land. Right? And then take my land. And that is right. This is injustice, man. This is injustice.
Abandoning your interest, you know.
But Mr. Shaw, you have a variety of reasons. Yes. You have persons watching us right now from a diaspora, yes. Family members who have been ill and have been in the hospital for a total of 12 years or longer. Yes. Yes. And for that reason, they're not able to come back here to Jamaica. But they have been paying the property tax, let's say. Yes. And this person who has now taken over this land.
Yeah, and if they are paying them property tax, they must pass on the property to all their family member. Bro, what? The law needs to change, fam. The law needs to change.
And has built on it as well. Yeah, let's say they're paying the property tax as well. And we go to court. Who stands to win? If I can show that I have legitimate reasons why I have not been able to come and occupy my land, and I have been paying, land taxes, etc. But this person is now occupying my space, building on it, and paying the taxes. Who wins inside the courthouse?
Well, the truth is the person who is actually in possession. And if that person is excluding, so a number of factors will be taken into consideration. But I think the most important one is actual possession. In law, we call it animus possidendi, meaning an intention to possess and actual possession. So,
yeah, no, but Mr. Shaw, so yeah, my producer just said exactly what I was going to say. It's what I win. You say possession, I own it. In other words, I own my car.
Yes.
So if I'm not in the car and you drive my car, it's not your own.
A thief it. Thank you very much. A thief my car. You stole my car. And the law is enabling you to steal my car. This is madness. This is unforgettable truth because of yourself. You think my God for true. Lie and tricking the people and do honest. You never tell a lie on that one.
Starting, how I started is that you don't really own land.
So the government you're saying who owns it, right?
Yes, so hold on, so you have a
property.
You have a piece of land, right? Mm-hmm. You own a piece of land.
Yes.
And you're not using it. And I come to you and say, Mr. Shama, I want to buy the piece of land. And you say, yeah, man, give me $20 and take it.
Yeah.
I say, sign up everything, get my title. What you mean by I don't own it?
Because what I have is a fee simple interest. I pay a fee, be taxes or whatever, and I get an interest to live there. And I can do whatever I want to do.
Jamaica, as far as me concerned, if this law stands, nobody should pay property tax. What is the purpose of it? Why? Why should I pay property tax when property tax does not protect my title and my ownership? Rubbish. This is a scam, you know. This is a scam by the government. This law needs to change. This is a scam, in my opinion. An absolute legal scam. So now lawyers, now me remember Mr. Real Radcliffe now, with fee property. I don't know the details of how that happened. Zane, Mr. Real Radcliffe. I wonder if he need for something there. No, this is a scam. This is a legal scam, Jamaica. Mighty God of Daniel. Hear them something here. So now a lawyer that has knowledge of this and is devious and greedy and don't have any moral compass can go around and adverse possess people's properties in this manner, using this law. This is criminal. This is criminal.
But if I'm not living there and somebody comes and start taking care of the land, excluding me paying taxes, then that person can at some point in time, in Jamaica 12 years, in other jurisdictions 10 years, say, listen man, I want the place because he don't want it. If never did want it, but he would have been here. Because, and I hear what you said, Debbie, in terms of what if there is some circumstances that cause you not to be able to treat the premises. But as an owner of property, you have to ensure that your land doesn't become a nuisance to your neighbors. So even if you have to get a worker man to go down there, go keep the place clean and thing. Because if you have been so attuned with what's happening, at some point in time, you will discover that, hey, you have some people who are squat. And from once you realize that, action in court.
Right. All right. Let me ask you this, because I think that the issue of squatting and capture land became very obvious and evident after the passage of Melissa, right?
Yes.
With now the rebuilding of certain parts of Jamaica, is the government within their right to tell certain persons you cannot be rebuilding in these places because we own the space?
Yes, because one of the and when you look at how why squatting proliferated in the way it has, it's really because of poor management and regulation, and improper zoning. Because if it is that the regulatory authorities were actually enforcing, certain laws, then you wouldn't really have some of these unplanned developments. So you really can't build anywhere because some areas are protected. And if it is that you're going to live in somewhere and at some point in time it's going to cost taxpayers, which is what we usually see when people live in gully.
Brother, that I got change soon. You see somebody in our comment section said the PMP to stop Nara. Listen to me. We know that anybody that supports this Nara bill is a criminal. Any politician that supports this Nara bill in its present form is a criminal. We know that. Now, if the criminal them go ahead and pass the bill, we're going to the courts. Mark it down. This is another needs. You understand? Mark it down, Jamaica. We're going to the courts, Jamaica. Immediately. The PMP is ready. The lawyers, the pitbull lawyers are ready to go, Jamaica. If they should ever pass this law and send it to the next phase, it's going to the Supreme Court. And if it passes the Supreme Court, it's going to go to the Crown. All the way to England. Yes? I don't know Isaac Love got England. Go argue in front of the prestige judge them. Yes.
Banks and elsewhere, and it causes some real harm. So the government can do that because the government is the ultimate owner of land everywhere and anywhere. And so even if you have your nice house and them say, listen, my nephew, I want to run a highway over there, so they can acquire it and just give money and say, listen, you have expended X amount of money for the land.
So why is not the government paying my property tax if since it's them owning?
Thank you.
So listen, we give you some.
Thank you. There you go, Neville. That is the ultimate question. Property tax is a scam. Property tax is a scam. Property tax is a scam. Why would I pay property tax for a property that I don't own? I don't own it. What's the point? What's the point of paying taxes for something that I can lose at any given moment? Utter madness, Jamaica. Utter madness. Crazy, bro.
Come on, pay for it.
But if you say it's them own it, they're supposed to pay property.
Well, so you own it in a sense,
Yeah, but I understand your point.
Yeah, so we give you that feeling
I understand.
You are the owner.
You hear that? You get the feeling that you are the owner. That's a scam. Just like one man called up on the line and say, you have won the Super Lotto. That's a scam. You get the feeling that you own it. If them are going to say rent, tell me say I rent, brother. Tell me say I rent the land. Totally different. But no come though, if me I rent the land, me not go pay no property tax. Every single you're mad. That is evil, that is wicked and criminal. Criminal, man.
Yeah. It's not absolute. Take care of it, pay your taxes, and do what you need to do.
I think you explained it beautifully. I just think it's wrong.
Yeah.
I think
it is absolutely wrong. Neville, you are. It is absolutely wrong. And the Jamaican people need to stand up against this. The Jamaican people need to stand up against this. No, this upset me, no? Antonio, what you deal with? This is upsetting. We have to know the law, brother. We need them things to teach in a school so people can understand. So when we go some ups now and grow up and we say we want to go in a representational politics, we know say, all right, this is something that we're advocating on behalf of for change. This pirate law needs to change about lands. Unbelievable, man.
But I think it is wrong.
Yeah.
You can't say me own the land and a man can just come and say, there, may I take it.
I don't agree with it either.
Right.
Let me ask you, I'm so sorry, but I just want to know, what do I do though? I come and I see it happening. What's the first agency that I should be going into?
Just file an action to recover possession. That's important because if you serve the notice and the man refuse or the woman refuse to leave, problems.
I will end with this. So legally, we are all squatting on government land.
Well, not squatting because we're paying. So it's not illegal. The squatters who are actually in possession, they are illegally occupying land, but you are legally occupying the land.
That's what I said.
But I don't own it.
No, but that's what I just said.
So you're a squatter.
No, that's what I said. We are legally. Oh, that's what I said. I never said illegally.
So legally.
I said we are legally squatting on government land.
All right. If you want to call me a squatter.
No, I'm not calling you. I'm asking you because of what you said.
Well, because squatting is illegal. So you
but
can't
we don't
say,
own it 100%.
Well, you don't own land 100%.
Got it. All right. We need to have an ongoing.
Brother, you can't own something 50% unless you are paid down on it. And in this case, there's no option for you to totally pay down on it for you to own it. So there's no ownership. This is a scam. All right? This is a scam in my opinion, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm happy that they did this segment on TVJ, Understanding Capture Land. You can go listen to it.
Going got discussion.
No,
Thank you so much for
very well addressed. I don't know if I agree with anything you say, but very well addressed.
Let's hear
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Clear. Thank you so much. All right, Attorney at Law Alexander Shaw. After the break, guys.
Big up Alexander Shaw, because he did maintain that he doesn't think it's right. You understand? I don't know what's going on in the news today. For those that are watching me on YouTube and for those that are watching me on TikTok, go ahead and go to the link in my bio and subscribe to my YouTube page. I have about 15 videos that are posted between last 3 days. You don't need to miss any of them. Catch the replay, all right? No joke about it. Catch those replays, guys. And like and share the videos for me, please and thanks. Wow. Let me see what's going on in the news. The teachers today, ladies and gentlemen, are, letting their voices be heard, wearing black. The government doesn't seem to want to pay the teachers what they're asking for. So we have multiple problems. Small fire at Supreme Court building, staff evacuated. Assault case against Mayor of Spanish Town Norman Scott to be to go to mediation. Health Minister pleased with cervical cancer screening this month. HPV jab take up in 2025. NWA advises caution along Dunrobin Avenue, St. Andrew. Hold on there. This is who Kizzy Dan turns to therapy after baby loss. All right. Search for a new BOJ governor begins. Mighty God. Interesting. Jamaican man, 3 Haitians accused of breaching Bahamian immigration laws. Free after 15 years. Murder conviction squashed for St. Catherine men in unaliving of mother of 5. Okay. Them spent 15 years of prison and now them free. Wow. King Charles III head to Washington on a delegate mission to restore the UK-US relationship. Interesting. That's going to be very interesting. Construction worker unalive during domino game. What? Why the violence? The violence. The Galina alert of fake video promoting oh my God. So persons are imitating they're imitating the Galina and advertising. That's wild. Organized crime on cops radar in New Kingston unaliving. Corny Anderson Halloween tale of 4 nights on cardboard in halfway tree lockup where vermin are posted at cell doors. A vermin? What the hell is that? Jamaica productive future. Despite the impact of the 2008 global financial crisis, the fallout, I would, say I must only write the article there. If you possess something, there is accused to hold it. Hey, may I tell you, Mr. Chief Justice, me not tell no lie right now. The property tax, me feel like it need to be abandoned. Kenneth, how you doing? I believe property taxes need to be abandoned. Honestly. Guys, say I mistake them, persons them I try to come up. Because when I try to hit the like button. Boy, may I tell you, nobody now with the live goal. Why not look good enough? It don't look good. No, tell no lie, it don't look good. NSWMA. Me put out a video about that, people. Make sure to check it out. PMPYO enters NARA debate. Questions, executive powers and oversight limits. Same way, sir. Alright. The next thing here. See if the People's National Party put out any news statements about anything. Okay, so this evening, on Behind the Headlines, Peter Bunting will be in the building. Happy birthday to Mr. George Anthony Hilton. Happy birthday, sir. All right. God bless you. For you to see many, many more. Tomorrow, guys, Damian Crawford live in the sectorial debate. And education, that fixing education from the foundation, education and early childhood development. Yes, that will be on. I'll be having that live on my platform, of course. 2 p.m. Yes. Want to know Damien love to talk. So I have to clear my schedule for about a 3-hour presentation for sure. So by 5-6 o'clock, the live is supposed to done. All right. Yeah. So 2 p.m. tomorrow, guys. We're live with Damian Crawford on my platform here on BOLO V&R 2.0 and BOLO V&R Clips, and also on TikTok. Okay? 2 p.m. tomorrow. Mark the date and don't be late. Oh, I did not see this 8 hours ago. Joint Select Committee. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let me listen to this. When the young man come out, man, it's serious, man. Mr. Cleveland Tomlinson, him come out, it's serious.
Of productivity. The following is a release from the People's National Party Media Unit. This is Senator Cleveland Tomlinson, Deputy Spokesperson for Productivity, Efficiency and Competitiveness. The opposition is calling for the National Reconstruction and Resilience Authority Bill, the NARA Bill, to be sent to a joint select committee of Parliament before it goes any further. Let me be very clear. The government must suspend the debate on the bill in the lower house and subject it to a review by a joint select committee. The bill in its current form is an affront to accountability and good governance. It makes no provision for a board of the authority. There's no audit committee, no internal auditor, and no clear risk management function. Yet, this is an entity that will be responsible for managing billions of dollars, including public funds and facilitating private investment. That cannot be right, and it should not be permissible.
Yes.
Any authority with this level of responsibility must have strong internal governance and proper oversight.
Of course.
These are basic requirements. Now, we all understand the urgency. Reconstruction efforts in the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa must move quickly, but speed cannot come at the expense of accountability. We have to get this right. This is why we are proposing that the bill be sent to a joint select committee with a clear and limited timeline of 60 to 90 days. This will allow for proper review. It will also allow for stakeholders, experts, and the wider society to make their contributions. And it will ensure that the final legislation strikes the right balance between urgency and good governance. Jamaica deserves legislation that is both effective and accountable. We can move fast, but we must also move carefully.
Big up, Mr. Cleveland Tomlinson. Well said, my brother. Well said. I need that. Let me see if somebody sent it to me already. Because sometimes I get them and even realize, Not true, man. But Jamaica, Elaine says, so all those lands that the Prime Minister and his cabinet going around putting up apartment, who owns them? Nobody owns them. The government owns them. So if the government want to tear down the apartment and put something, they can do it. That them say. I saw the law go, Yeah, man, I saw the law go, man. Jamaica. Wow. What a thing. Want to big up Ed Boy now, man, I tell you. Ed Boy. Alright, me not even get to read this. Mighty God. I go think so I come back to this. See the article in Jamaica about the thing of Galina. Zine. Oh yes, and then Bobby Montague, that clip I haven't even played it yet.
They represent. Okay, welcome back. So today we are going live. We're taking the Prime Minister keynote address at the NHT grounding. Currently, we have Robert Montague doing his thing. So let me shut my mouth and you guys can hear me clear. So let's listen to Robert Montague.
Today is an historic day because today this is the third attempt of having this groundbreaking.
You hear that? Only hear that? This was April 24, 2026. This was the third attempt of having this groundbreaking. Mighty God. So Head Boy was not wrong, ladies and gentlemen. NHT to commence more than 19,575 solutions over the next 2 years. That was March 2021, 2025. This is the JIS website with Andrew Owens. Let's read. Jamaica. Wow, what is that? Oh man, go back, man. You're out of order. You're damn out of order. So Ed Boy was right. The third attempt for this groundbreaking.
The full story.
Yeah, the full story. That's it?
Over the next 2 years, the National Housing Trust, NHT, will commence construction of more than 19,575 solutions across all parishes, says Prime Minister Dr. the Most Honorable Andrew Holness. He said the trust will also continue to acquire lands for new developments. The Prime Minister was providing details on initiatives being undertaken by the NHD to improve housing access and affordability. During his contribution to the 2025-26 budget debate in the House of Representatives on March 20th. He noted that 12 projects, representing 11,322 housing solutions, are at the contract stage or have started construction. These are Mount Nelson, Manchester, 1,758, Galina, St. Mary, 360, Dry Valley, Trelawney, 1,500.
So we come out for Galina, St. Mary. So on the year Bobby Montague said just at the press conference. Mighty God.
They represent.
Wow.
Okay, welcome back. So today we are going live. For taking the Prime Minister keynote address at the NHT grounding. Currently, we have Robert Montague doing his thing. So let me shut my mouth and you guys can hear me clear. So let's listen to Robert Montague.
Today is an historic day because today this is the third attempt of having this groundbreaking.
If you hear the microphone, say yes.
The third time is the charm.
Third attempt of having this groundbreaking in Galina, St. Mary. All right? NHT groundbreaking, Galina housing. Oh, man, I'm putting all of this in my evidence file. Lord have mercy. Let me drag them things and put them in my evidence file. No, sir. Where's the clip with Andrew now? Where's the clip with Andrew? TVJ. Let me find a clip with Andrew. I do the groundbreaking. Just the other day I'm do it. See that? So we have the clip now with Andrew. Listen to this. Jamaica. This is the third attempt at groundbreaking.
Meanwhile, ground has been broken for a new housing development in St. Mary. The project, located in Galina, is expected to provide much-needed homes and boost economic activity. Details from Unique Williams.
Yes.
The sound of applause marked the start of a new chapter for housing development in St. Mary. As government officials, stakeholders, and residents gathered for the groundbreaking ceremony of the Galina housing development. The project, situated in the community of Galina, forms part of the government's broader push to increase access to affordable housing across the island. Delivering the keynote address, Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness emphasized the administration's commitment to improving living conditions and creating sustainable communities.
The Galina housing development represents a deliberate and strategic investment in people. It reflects a clear understanding that housing is not just a social good, it is a central pillar of economic growth, community stability, and national resilience. At a cost of approximately $1.99 billion, this development will deliver 360 housing solutions across 72 acres of land in close proximity to Galina, Port Maria, and Oracabessa.
So, Jamaica, you hear from the Prime Minister. What this is telling me, is essentially that, why would it take so long from 2018 until now? So you guys just have these ceremonies and get the people all excited, and then them have to wait 6 years to see any result. What the hell can go so? What's up, Sassy? Like that? Man, listen, bro. That's what?
You know that true?
No.
Yesterday, right?
Yes.
And I was it. And they came out.
Yes.
I'm calling it to show you how honest Andrew, because Andrew understand.
Yes.
I'm calling it to show you how honest Andrew, because Andrew is. They're right now in St. Mary in Galina. Right?
Yeah, I saw the press conference. Yeah, I saw it on JS.
Working ground for the fourth time on a housing scheme in Galina.
Fourth time. So, Head boy would have counted the first time they announced it. So 4-3, tomato. Multiple times they broke ground for this project. Yeah. But what's next is even more interesting. Father got the kickers. What are they waiting? The fourth time?
The fourth time I can send you.
In how many years? In how many years? When was the first groundbreaking?
The first groundbreaking was done in 2018. The second one was in 2020. The third one was in 2022. And the last was in 2024.
So every 2 years they do a groundbreaking?
But you know, done that. Guess who they get the contract?
Who that?
A company named Enant, Further, Enant, Fifth, Enant, Third, Enant. I don't even know which Enant, but I can tell you who they are. They are the people who build the scheme of a man to be able to like mash up Edmund Rich.
Jamaica, we can't make this up. We cannot make this up, bro. How do you enter into a contract with a company? And it's about building. And we see the result of Hurricane Melissa and how that went down. And you use the same company again.
It's the same structure of the proposal. I listen to the thing. And remember, by the way, I'm not afraid to tell nobody I'm seeing that in our devil. Yeah?
Yes.
That's my.
So, that. Now, Jamaica, brace on yourselves. This is a notice from Grace Kennedy that came out 2 days ago. Note of price adjustment effective May 1st, 2026. Please be advised that average price increase of 9% will be implemented effective Friday, May 1st for non-alcoholic sweetened beverages, coupled with increase in other products affected by cost increase. Please note that this price increase applies to general trade. The increase in non-alcoholic sweetened beverages has become necessary due to the introduction of the special consumption tax by the government based on sugar content. As a result, we are unable to absorb the additional cost at this time. We sincerely appreciate your continued partnership and support. We remain committed to providing you with quality product and excellent service. Should you have any questions or require further clarification, please do not hesitate to contact us. Thanks for your usual cooperation. Yours sincerely, Magian Stevenson, Acting General Manager, and Patrick Coburn, Commercial Manager of Grace Community Limited. Jamaica, the price of everything gone up. Non-sugary, what do you call it? Non-alcoholic sweetened beverages. 9% increase at Grace Kennedy. Me say, when me hitting a man, when I go start hear the labor at them ball out now. Yes, man, when I go start hear them ball out now, Jamaica. Because the government told us that, listen, there's no other option but to tax the hell out of the people. There's no other option. More in the news of things you might not be aware of. Jamaicans for Justice. Civil society is raising concerns about the Naira bill currently before Parliament. 28 organizations and individuals have flagged major gaps in transparency, accountability, and public participation. We are calling for meaningful engagement, a genuine multi-stakeholder dialogue, acceptance of written submissions within 2 weeks, structural decision to address key concerns. If this is not done, a time-bound joint select committee is needed. Yes, Jamaica must act quickly to rebuild after Hurricane Melissa, but speed cannot come at the expense of good governance, environmental protection, and public trust. When you hear that, Jamaica? This is an official release from civil society. Let me retweet this for my tweet. For my X. Wow. Wow. You see, if the government had followed Mark Golding's position, we wouldn't have this issue, you know. We wouldn't have this issue. But let's move on. Let's move on.
What is beyond doubt is that there is a major earthquake that is up ahead. Not sure when, but it's up ahead, and it will be sudden. Along with that major earthquake will be massive tsunami and, of course, other adversities. We see that in the realm of the spirit. It will cause great damage like we have never seen before. We also know on the horizon is a volcanic eruption. We know that. We see that prophetically. The only question is when. If we don't repent, there is all certainty that it will happen. So again, all of these things are contingent on repentance. But repentance in God's time. Because even now we are saying repentance, but there could be a time when God said, listen, I'm not going to hear your prayer any longer. For example, during Hurricane Melissa, the prophetic word was received that the hurricane will make landfall. So that is why on TBC, we didn't pray against the hurricane. There have been times when we pray against many of the hurricanes. Matthew, for example, and many of them. We pray that because the word and the instruction was, this is not of me, pray against it, and so on. But we were told expressly, do not pray against it, because you could pray until thy kingdom come. It is going to still hit the nation. The only question was, where would it make landfall? That's it. And what extent will be the damage? And that is why publicly it was said. And persons were encouraged, instead of praying against it, wasting your time, wasting your breath, don't pray against it, because that's not going to help. What you need to pray for is continued mercy. And he gave us instruction to pray and to praise and so on. Now, we haven't received that to this point. And so we continue until such time. And I hope I'm lucidly clear. So I don't want anyone to come and say, oh, we said earthquake is coming at X time. We have never said that. We know that if we don't repent, there will be a massive earthquake and a number of adversities. Not sure when. But we know that we don't have much time. Petition. I'm going to say that one more time. Any leader, any politician, any clergyman, anyone who promotes, any leader, any politician, I'm going to say that one more time. Any leader, any politician, any clergyman, anyone who promotes abortion, the killing of babies, any leader, any politician, I'm going to say that one more. They don't have a clue as to life, what life is about, number one. They have no clue, they have no vision. In fact, they do not even qualify to lead animals. Because already, I have not even gone to Genesis chapter 1. But look at it. Look at the word of God. When you have leaders who talk about, oh, we are going to build back stronger. How can you build back stronger if your family is dilapidated? Your family structure is almost non-existent. Your family structure is in dereliction, dilapidation. How are you going to build back stronger? Do you think that the building of Jamaica will be held up and sustained by roads, highways, high-rise buildings? The devil is a liar. So who is going to live in them? Who is going to sustain them and build them? The very economy that we talk about, who are going to be the persons to drive that economy, to manage that economy? Who are going to become the future politicians, the prime ministers, the members of parliament, the judges, the lawyers, the farmers, the carpenters, the masons, the scientists, the police officers, the soldiers, and I can go on and on. Who? So you begin to see, friends, that we globally, but here in Jamaica, we have leaders. Because they lack the fear of God, they lack wisdom.
Quite so.
Prophetically, that we should have been taking, we need to put aside, for example, charcoal. We have been saying it, charcoal, because as soon as there is a shortage, the prices go up. So charcoal, it is still reasonable now. You need to put away as much charcoal as you can, right? I'm not saying you're going to have a whole mountain of it, but put aside some. Make sure you have a coal pot, coal stove.
If you can't afford that, you get a rim, car rim, right? Ensure also you have some kerosene oil, some, just throw a little bit because you're going to need that. And also clean drinking water, you will need that. Wood, where you are in a context where you can utilize wood. Those of you who have land in the rural areas in the country, you can also put aside and begin to even to pay someone to start putting aside wood. We are going to have World War III, friends. The only question is when it will manifest, and it will have colossal impact on fertilizer, fuel, food, okay, among other things. So when the prophetic word comes, as it has been coming for a while, it doesn't mean that the thing is going to happen right away, but you are getting enough time to begin to prepare yourself so that when those moments come, there won't be mass hysteria and panic, which we are very well known for here in Jamaica and elsewhere. We also need to ensure that food, yes, you put aside food. Again, we're not saying you put aside a mountain of food. Nobody can afford that. But ensure you have at least 7 days supply for starters. Ideally 3 weeks, but for starters, 7 days. And then of course, you seek to share. Get involved in farming. Plant something. Plant something. I'm going to say it one more time. Plant something. If you're not in the position to plant something, facilitate others to plant. Those who already are planting, you provide them with resources, with the money, etc., and they plant. Things that you need to plant: banana, plantain, yam, of course your cash crops where possible. I know not everyone has the land space, but the point is, one of the things about obedience is that when you obey God, He blesses you. So you might only have the option of planting in a basin pan, right? A basin or a paint pan because of where you live. But just by planting, you may be planting tomato. And the tomato produces, right? There's the tomato, right? And you decide to share with a friend. And that friend, interestingly, has land space and actually planted banana. That person may not have given you the banana immediately, but would remember that you gave her or him tomato. And when that time comes, that you would need banana, that same person, believe it or not, will give you the banana or the yam that you don't have the space. And that's how God works. Maybe you can only produce pepper, right? Because of this limited space you have. And then you planted pepper and it came, in terms of the production, the produce came. And the Holy Spirit said, give Mary or give Johnny some pepper. Even though it looks simple, Mary and Johnny, don't forget that you gave them pepper. And in fact, the pepper was so flavor, you add so much flavor because you're not doing any wide scale thing and you didn't use any fertilizer and so on. It was naturally. So it's really very flavory. And they would not forget it. And there comes a time when you need breadfruit, when you need ripe banana. Yes, when you need pumpkin or whatever. And that same person there, bring a whole something, I think, come give you a callaloo and this and that and whatever. That's what obedience does. So we have been saying ad nauseum, like scratch CDs, that we need to get involved in farming. Because the time is coming when you're going to need it. A word to the wise is sufficient. Lastly, make sure you have that bicycle, at least one bicycle in your house. And if you haven't learned to ride yet, you need to start learning to ride. And of course, there are those in the rural areas, the donkeys, always, that's an asset, always to have. And your yard fowl, you need to have your yard fowl. Those who have the space, and you don't have to have a big space, but have a few yard fowl, a few hens and a rooster, that's good enough. The time is coming, friends, when you're going to be needing this, right? Very important. A word to the wise is sufficient. Also, solar solutions, like your solar light, solar, whatever. You need to have one or two of them, right? These are things you're going to be needing. A word to the wise is sufficient.
Word to the wise is sufficient, ladies and gentlemen. Can't say we never want, no. Big up at half I press. Never want cut the thing, but me see at half I press pop up on that time. Big up at half I press, you know? Yeah. Poison Ivy say, how can they use housing trust money to build parks, to walk dogs when so many persons still homeless? Hey, listen, that is a powerful question that you asked. They alone know the answer to that. I would just leave it to they are very uncaring. They don't care about the people, you get me? This Naira bill is really a PMP come out strong against the Naira bill in Jamaica. Yeah man, the PMP come out strong against the Naira bill. Let me make one call first before I go this. Make a one call. Like and share the video same way for my people. Only 8,000 likes. I guess the people don't really like the live today. I guess persons have to see me on TikTok for them like up the live. I'm going to start them more than live because I don't want it to be that because you're looking at me, that's why you like up the live. No, sir. The information I want to need to focus on. You understand what I deal with? Not bolo. Not the consumption of seeing me. Right? Yeah. Not the consumption of seeing me. It has to be the information that is important. So I'm going to do more of these lives because I want to draw the audience that is keen on the information, not the visual aesthetics of BOLO V&R. Oh, my son. Oh, my son, Jamaica. Talk to me now, man. Sound good? Oh, son. Let's listen back to Andrew and him tax them.
Bring to the levels to which we had them before our transfer tax and stamp duties. And estate taxes as well.
You seem to don't like taxes too much because
Absolutely.
yeah.
I'm a small government, free enterprise person. I believe that markets work best and taxes are distortionary.
Okay. Is that why you didn't pay the property taxes on the home?
Well, my property taxes are paid.
On the THS website, when we did the valuation numbers for your properties, the outstanding taxes are there.
No, my taxes are paid.
When we looked, there was your Great House Boulevard property. There was your property that's owned by ADMAT, which you say you're sole director of. And then there's another property that we actually found under ADMAT as well, up at Whitecliff Close. All three were outstanding. And then we saw that at Whitecliff Close, taxes seem to have been outstanding since 2009. What about the other property, though, at Whitecliff Close?
That I would have to check on. I mean, that's been there for a little while, so I'd have to check on. But I don't want to distract from the message.
No, but
2009. 2009, Andrew. From 2009, according to the report, you don't pay taxes. And this video was done 2017. This video was posted 2017. So you have a multiple year period according to this report that you didn't pay your taxes. And you are the Prime Minister and you are the one that we are supposed to give this sweeping powers to. Where Naira is concerned, the devil is a liar. When we say Jamaica, the devil is a liar. Let's read. Before we go to Naira, recall of Pan-Caribbean sugar following laboratory confirmation of widespread contamination. The National Compliance and Regulatory Authority, NCRA, is advising the public that an immediate nationwide recall has been initiated for brown sugar products produced by Pan-Caribbean Sugar Company Limited following the confirmed findings of metallic contaminants. Jamaica, this is so serious, you know. That's why I read it again, you know. For those who don't know about this, you know. In keeping with the directives of the NCRA, Pan-Caribbean Sugar Company Limited has commenced recall guided by the Jamaican Standard Specifications for Consumer Production Recall, guidelines for suppliers, I'm not gonna read all of that, and the Jamaican Code of Practice for Product Recall Procedure, JCP 31990. Splash digi where I deal with my boss. We got myself and I'm a general. So this thing is serious, Jamaica. The man of my recall, the Pan Caribbean sugar, metal in them, it confirm. In keeping with, it says these directives of the Pan Caribbean Sugar Company Limited include immediate removal of affected products from the marketplace, establish full traceability of all contributed products, notify distributors, retailers, and consumers of the recall, conduct and submit comprehensive risk assessment, provide continuous updates to the NCRA on the effectiveness of the recall actions. NCRA has also issued a detention notice to majority distributors of Pan Caribbean sugar. Additionally, in keeping with established procedure, NCRA is undertaking a comprehensive island-wide inspection program which includes surveillance, sampling, and testing of all manufacturer brands of sugar to ensure that all products on the market are free from contaminants such as metals. The aim is to identify, isolate, and remove potential contaminated products from circulation. NCRA remains vigilant and is taking all necessary steps to mitigate risk, protect public health, and maintain confidence in the domestic market. The authority is also asking the public to remain vigilant when purchasing sugar to follow all guidelines issued in relation to this matter. Any concerns or suspected issues should be reported to Marketing and Communication National Compliance and Regulatory Authority, 19 Oak Road, Kingston 10, telephone number 876 618 1534. That's 876 618 1534 or 876 632 4275. All right, that is it. Very important. Now, imagine if this NCRA body was not doing their job, or the company in question, Pan Caribbean, had sweeping authority to pretty much challenge them and remove their authority. So I'm just using this as an example for NARA. So NCRA is here to protect the health of the people. And then now this NARA bill would if you use it in parallel with this situation, it would give Pan Caribbean the authority from the minister to say, no, I don't care what they are saying. Put the sugar them out there with the metal in them and make the people them have that poison. Hello, Jamaica? That is essentially what the NARA bill does. It overrides the authority of all the regulatory bodies in Jamaica. When it comes to building and construction, it is wrong, Jamaica. You must shun it. You must make it be known that you are totally against the NARA bill. Anybody else that is with it, criminal them. From dirty water to spoiled chicken, no metal sugar. Talk truth, no man. Talk truth, no man. Talk truth. Now, the PNP put out this. Let me read it from here, so. Yeah, let me read it from the WhatsApp. So, opposition spokesperson Zulika just has declared that the NARA bill in its current form is dangerously flawed. While the need for urgent reconstruction after Hurricane Melissa is not disputed, the bill strips away essential safeguards and creates a free-for-all with billions of public dollars. Ms. Jess stated that the bill contains several critical weaknesses that a joint select committee was needed urgently to review it comprehensively, pointing to Clause 18, which requires authority to develop programs and identify all relevant persons involved and their respective roles in delivering of the program for submissions to Cabinet. just warned that this provision is a carte blanche for political victimization, allowing the government to weed out anyone perceived as not on their side. Jesus. Mighty God. You hear that? This provision is a carte blanche for political victimization, allowing the government to weed out anyone perceived to be not. So if you are BOLO V&R against the government, right there, so I rather for BOLO, because of that provision, Can you imagine? As qualified as BOLO is, Radam will now use you. She also highlighted that the bill allows the authority to delegate functions to any person, a dangerously open-ended provision that could permit private individuals to make major procurement decisions without accountability. Jesus. This is what you call eat a food provision. This is what you call put my friend in a power provision. Put my family in a power position. You hear me say? That's what that is called, ladies and gentlemen. Furthermore, and without any accountability to furthermore, the auditors is appointed by the chief executive officer with cabinet secretary approval, placing selection of the watchdogs in the hands of those being watched. Make it make sense, Jamaica. So basically, I am the one who would hire the person that would investigate me for criminal activity. Yeah, man, and me hire them, and me pay them. Can you imagine a criminal hiring somebody to investigate them? Just imagine that. Imagine a criminal hiring somebody to investigate them. That's essentially what potentially could happen with that situation. It goes on to say, the opposition spokesperson on justice also questioned why the bill fails to provide the inclusion in the register, failed to provide for inclusion in the register particulars concerning project budgets, funding arrangement, contractors and professionals to be engaged without this information. Public accountability is impossible. So we won't know, Jamaica, the project budget, the funding arrangement, the contractors and professionals that are engaged. We won't know. Yo, this bill is insane. The opposition supports reconstruction, but not at the expense of good governance. The people of Jamaica deserve an effort that is efficient, honest, transparent, and free from political interference. Ms. Jess said, manufacturers want consumers to brace for price hikes due to Middle East conflict. Michelle, big up yourself. Big up yourself, Michelle. More trouble in Jamaica, as I read from the Observer. Irate taxi operators block Lacovia Main Road over Body Road breakaway. What a thing. How long is this article? This is very short. It's very short. I'll read it. You know what? Let me save my voice. As short as it is, I have it on the computer here. So let me just click the link and read. Let's read. This is what is happening in Jamaica, ladies and gentlemen, alright? This is what is happening in our beloved country, and there's worse to come because we didn't listen to the prophets. We didn't listen. There's worse to come. What is this? Let me end that. Oh, something going on here, sir?
So this is the situation in Burnsville, St. Elizabeth, where
thank you, Michelle. You hear that? Yeah, man, demonstrate about the road. We are both to be like here, yeah? We're not broke. Wow. So the continued protest is heating up in the country in multiple areas. If it's not road, it's something else, ladies and gentlemen. Mighty God.
Hodge, irate taxi operators block Lacovia main road over bad roads, breakaways. By Jamaica Observer Team. St. Elizabeth, Jamaica, frustrated taxi operators who operate on the Santa Cruz to Mountainside route in St. Elizabeth on Monday morning down trees to block the Lacovia main road in protest over deplorable road conditions. Counselor for the Santa Cruz Division. The Jamaica Labour Party's Christopher Williams said the police swiftly cleared the roadblock and has been maintaining a presence in the area. He said while he understands the challenge faced by motorists and commuters, plans are being advanced to facilitate road repairs through emergency procurement. They taxi operators are expressing their disgust at the bad state of the Lacovia to Burnt Savannah roadway and also the breakaway at the Lacovia police station and a breakaway in the community of Burnt Savannah. Those two breakaways every day become more dangerous, said Williams in reference to daily, heavy and persistent rains affecting the breakaways. He said following a meeting with the minister responsible for works, Robert Morgan. On Sunday, he received a commitment that the deplorable state of the roadway will be addressed. I had a meeting with the minister. He basically informed me that the emergency protocols will be activated, so as to facilitate some immediate work in the area. In short, we should be expecting some work to be done, said Williams. We are aware of the situation, and we are going to be doing everything possible to address the situation as soon as possible. Added Williams. Casey Williams.
That is it. That is the news article, but we have something better. We have something better, yes, sir. More. Oh, this a different place. This. Mighty God. Hold on.
Can you do this? As early as your 40s, you may lose muscle and strength. Protein supports muscle health. Ensure Max Protein has
Several areas in Motorists who traverse several areas in St. Elizabeth have taken protest action as frustration grows over deteriorating road conditions. Alia Bryant reports.
Frustration boiled over in Burnt Savannah, St. Elizabeth Monday as motorists protested the worsening road conditions. The deterioration started following the passage of Hurricane Melissa and has continued as heavy rainfall has resulted in further damage to the thoroughfare.
Me said the Labour Party will know no peace. You know, see the whole country fall apart. God judge them, me I tell you.
Near the Lacovia police station, traffic has been reduced to single lane due to a 17-foot deep breakaway.
Right now, I drive a 2012 Honda Stream. I like to hear it. It come like I want old truck me I drive from back in the 80s. We can't keep it no longer because we have to run taxi run on the road. You understand? And a daily, me have to carry people. Me carry 2 round the back and 3 in the middle, 1 in front, and the other me carry dig out. The whole of the car bottom dig out. So we are trying to do a peaceful protest in on the road that burns up and we need road round there.
However, residents contend that repeated efforts to contact and secure the attention of their Member of Parliament for Northeast St. Elizabeth, Zalika Jess, have been unsuccessful.
Have you ever heard of she coming in back after she win? The only thing you can hear that the caretaker is going around with his backhoe and his assistant and trying to help the person. The caretaker is still doing a job of an MP.
Brother, no wonder you hide your face. You should be ashamed of yourself. You are one JLP operative. When you stop telling lie on Zalika Jess. Zulika just get money for fix the road. Hush up your mouth. You damn out of father. Zulika just get money for fix the road. You think so you can't fool people now? Andrew Ones come in a parliament and tell we say MP not get money for fix the road. You have germs. Don't put Zulika just in your money hide your face.
So we need the MP for North East St. Elizabeth to come and assist us, to come and assist the road, because you serve us a bit of medicine.
Member of
Yeah, you can't know see somebody give him that the script there for right, you know. Hey, Splash did you wait there? No, hold on there. You can't know see somebody give him that the script there for right, you know. Have on glasses and a covering face. Because you don't want nobody to recognize that you're a labor right and you're one of the big labor right them. Nobody can tell me nothing. 100% him is a labor right operative. I send him to tear down Zulika Jess. Zulika Jess in right after Hurricane Melissa was told by the government not to hire any private contractors to do no work on the road. And she said she not depend that to all the road them bad. She have to help the people them stink. I'm going to play back the video. I'm going to find it on Facebook. Hold on there. I'm going to play back the video. And from Baby Lee, where Baby Lee are telling you about the work where Zulika just do in the constituency after them tell lie on her. So there's a campaign against Zulika just. They might try to tear her down with propaganda, and we will not allow it. Only listen to this, ladies and gentlemen.
After we no see no MP for represent we. No. After Melissa had damaged the road where we the people, both giant community and other community, we couldn't come out.
Listen
we have to pay $1,500 and $1,000 for a bike to go Santa. So back and forth it cost somehow $3,000 or $2,000. Just to reach out to me and she said, Baby Lee, how up there? I said, just up here, mash up. Just to come there and I want.
You know, I really have no respect for persons that come online and try to politicize this situation when it is quite the opposite. You guys are the lowest level. Like, uno not even have any substance. Like bodily waste has more substance than you. Honestly. Bodily waste has more substance than you guys. Uno evil, brother. Uno evil. Listen to what Baby Leah say. Zin, because uno want to say one hurricane does it. And when you don't want to make excuses, Andrew one is not doing him work. Oh, there was COVID. Oh, there was the lockdown. Oh, there was burial. Oh, there was hurricane. Uno make every excuse for the dirty government to have the whole of the resources them. But you don't want to come out for your PMP, NP, and she or her party is not in power, and she not getting any money from the government to fix any road. On her germs. I don't like uno. Me dislike uno. God said me not to hate nobody. I dislike you guys to the core. To the core. Evil man. Evil.
SUV. Remember now, we can enter from Good Hope or Malvern or from Santa Cruz and the come up. The 3 road block off, so we stuck. We was under the wickedest curve, not even Andrew put we on a curve.
And hold on there. No labor right me see. Put up video of Juliet Owner's constituency with landslide in a Jesus name and all now we not clear in our constituency. And the people are marooned there. I believe up until now they are marooned. The road not clear right now. Look at tractor where they send up there. The look at tractor mash down in a 5 hour the man say. At least I'm going to play that every day.
You, it never so bad. Anyway, guys, just to find a way. I mean, the woman come there with her SUV packed from bottom with bags. Flour, rice, sugar, cooking oil, sardine, tin mackerel, tile tissue. Well, enough of them not even use this. Enough of them are bush. Uno still a use wipe or no ass. So uno forgive thanks. Guys, just to come there. Just to never stop in my community, you know. You go down this one. Just to hand out give, you know. When just to reach back up where me is and just to come And I take Jessie out her car, the umbrella, and she come up on my yard, and Jessie see the disaster of my house and my car, and she said, I lose everything. Jessie start crying. Jessie reach out back to me again, and she said, baby Lee, there's a lot of dump in front of your business place, in front of your club. Can I get 2 backhoe trucks and come remove it? I said, yes, Jessie. And Jessie come, send the truck and the backhoe, or whatever I call it, something, to take up the muck people. The butter ears cousin and then pillow back wife come out and then create one excitement, the truck man and the 2 backhoe go away. But the truck man them didn't stop there, them go down after the same person who have gone Jesse, you know, and the people them going at the gully, you know, and them take out every mud and them clear the gully and them take the dump from out of the gully. Where that they dump down, that they dump then should I use the dump from up on my place. I have well, a heavy stone and mall head and just a patch out the road. After Melissa, we was the first person get a patch out road and just ensure that how much chuck and sit and come up the come give you things. And you go say just not do nothing, girl. Like seriously, yes, you have done so much the shorter time he is in power. But people lie the girl they tell. The heavy rain that is falling now, it maybe dig up back the road. How much things you don't want Jesse to do? How much care package you not get? When Jesse fix the road, why you never come out and video the road when Jesse fix the girl? Are you so wicked, girl?
No, Jamaica. Listen to this.
Top laborite in...
You know, me I try to... You know...
Top laborite in Woodford,
Boy, this is embarrassing.
calls
The
out
chapter
Juliet
start
Holmes.
5 minutes shut off.
5 days now
I
the
don't know
people
when we're
are
going to come back to civilization. Because this not going to win. Not going to see that. Not going to win. Trust me. So embarrassing. They need to get a better chapter to come clear the road so the people them can have like a freedom because it's rough for everybody. And this I get from bad to worse. I swear this I get from bad to worse. And we have to post this. This serious. This can't continue for Monday morning. This is a total joke thing. Total joke. See that?
Top laborite in Woodford,
Boy, this is embarrassing. The
calls out
chapter
Juliet
start
Holmes.
5 minutes shut off.
5 days now
I don't
the
know
people
when.
Juliet Holmes constituency, the speaker of the house, the wife of the prime minister, them have money, they're rich, they're wealthy. Why are constituents them maroon for 5 days? And them have government resources. You want to see look at tractor where they send out there. Zulika just did a better job in a fair constituency and get people who have real equipment to help the people and to fix the road them so they can pass. And the dirty laborite operative, them paid operative, but when I come out against Zulika just enough to go away. Enough to go away. I'm going to play one next thing too because laborite them a ball out. With Dre Bryan video they on TikTok. Hold on the Jamaica.
I hope you never got out of the style for make some ideas.
And I'm my MP, but me I go defend Zulika just on out of order. That girl heart clean on a stink. How dare you know? She's a genuine person. I want to take money if you come tear down the woman and go away. Listen to blows and listen to this.
I'm 66 years old and I've been living here and there's no water in here from I was born until now.
And him hear there, 66-year-old in a blouse and skirt Edmund Bartlett constituency. Labour right, I vote for them how much years and I get no water. Teach, I have to take my number now. Take my number, teach. 876-451-6535. One of my moderator them write down the number to teach for me now. Listen to this labor writer about Zulika Jess.
Assist the road because you serve us a bit of medicine.
Zulika just serve a bit of medicine. The road them down at St. Elizabeth never bad before the storm. The road them in a St. Elizabeth never bad before the storm when Zulika just never in a power. Zulika just come serve you a bit of medicine, not even 1 year in, 6 months. You are paid political operative, man. You are germs. Go here for go. Go here for go, boy. You can hide face. And I put on glasses. And I cover your whole face. And I come on camera, come put on the woman. Yes, are germs. Go away. Listen to labor right in a blouse and skirt. Edmund Bartlett constituency where I run for years. Why you never come out come corner up your mouth?
I'm 66 years old and I've been living here and there's no water in here from I was born until now. There's no road. The road has deteriorated. I've spoken to the MP. He promised to do something and up to now nothing is done.
Member of Parliament for East Central St. James, Ed Bartlett, is being taken to task for what residents say is neglect of the road. They've blocked Hopetown Road, a key thoroughfare linking several communities. The people contend that the condition has deteriorated over time, made worse by the passing of Hurricane Melissa. They also complain that although they have voiced their frustration to the political representatives, nothing has been done.
Mr. Bartlett said I need to do here, but they were supposed to come back and did not come back. But what is my problem and my concern is that this is a bypass for all the cars from Maroon Town, Kensington, even St. Elizabeth. I look at the state of the road going down. From a barn out of my mother and live here, so that water we don't have. We want water, we have to traverse go down to the river down there, so named gutters. Or we have to buy water for the truck for 10,000, 6,500. We need our MP or somebody to come assist us answer this grace. I'm 66 years old and I've been living here and there's no water in here from I was born until now. There's no road. The road has deteriorated. I've spoken to the MP. He promised to do something and up to now nothing is done. We are fed up, we are tired. If you look in the distance, you will see the children, they can't go to school. Children are here, they can't go to Granny because the road is back. The people are fed up. They are fed up.
Council of the Mount Division, Yuval Graham, says work has started on the road, but there have been challenges rather.
Have destroyed many roads, including this road. However, I put plans in place to fix this road. I have communicated to the residents, even some of the bus drivers, that I would have started the first week in April. Then we have some unexpected rainfalls.
Oh, so this man you can't have the excuse, the council of Edmund Bartlett, when they're in a power for how much years in this constituency, can't have the excuse say, you know, say rain a fall, so that's why they not start the road, and there's plans to fix the road. I want to walk on tear down Zuleika, just want to go away, on germs. Leave Zuleika just alone. Me not standing for Jamaica. Is not my MP, but me not standing for it. She is a genuine, lovely person that cares for the people and is one with the people and don't think she's above the people. Okay? So because of politics and green, you don't want to come tell life on the lady and put her down on the go. On her germs. You hold on the way I do it down at St. Elizabeth, on her germs. Can't stand on no man. What kind of fool is that? I look on what's your name? Juliet Owner's constituency. Landslide dropping that place 5 years, 6 days now the people in Maroon. Wow, and then you have Edmund Barley will live there so for years. I mean at the MP for years. And the people don't have no water. And they come talking about Zuleika just come serve on a bitter medicine. You been a get bitter medicine from the Jamaica Labour Party. For all long now. Damn out of order. Can you imagine somebody at 66 and never see water in them pipe and a vote for Labour, right? For how much years? What the hell can go so? That I want to use to frown the government. Them type of dirty treatment there. And that I'm loyal to. So only if you come talk about Zuleika just come serve on a bitter medicine. You been a drink bitter medicine from the nasty Labour right government. For how long now? Been a drink the bitter medicine. Burn me, man. Listen to this.
Member of Parliament Zuleika Jess says she is aware of the concerns and has raised the matter with the relevant government agencies.
There you go. She's doing her job. She don't get money to fix the road. Zuleika just don't get money to fix the road. No money is allocated to MPs to fix. Listen to me. Them not get the money in their hand. As a matter of fact, I'm going to find the clip when Andrew said, teach where you deal with. Yeah, man, you can take my number, man, so you can get the, you write down the number?
No, I didn't get it,
Write down my number, man, my WhatsApp number. 451 6535. Andrew Honest 6535.
Yeah, 6535.
Yeah man, that is it. Yeah man, Andrew Honest tells Parliament that MPs don't get money to fix road. We need to find back that clip there. Because I come like them labor right here. No, listen to Parliament. Let me see if we can find it. Is this? I think I hit this.
Is that they are cleared. Well, I mean, you can use it on a big gully, but you wouldn't do the entire.
And then what is?
And one of the reasons why we come to Parliament to give enough time. I know last year there was. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
These are the whole entire speech. Want the specific part. We don't have time for peruse all of that. Want the specific part when the matter will say the MP them don't get no money. You don't want to find about because me tell you say yo them people here, them just go on like say them don't know what go on, you know. So me like for us dash the information that they face when they come tell lie and try to put down the people them, you know. MPs do not get money. Andrew Honest make we know that straight. At the agency them deal with the fixing of the road. So when you hear Zulika just say she don't talk to them about the problem already. And them supposed to do the job. It is not on her. I come talk about bitter medicine. Here is a eat that ya.
She is aware of
the road because you serve us a bitter medicine.
Member of Parliament Zalika Jess says she is aware of the concerns and has raised the matter with the relevant government agencies to have the roads repaired.
I was told from about 4 weeks ago, I was told by the National Works Agency that they had deployed a team to do an investigation and inspection. I was also told that they would recommend that the road be closed until such time that they can get the funds from central government to effect the repairs. As a member of Parliament, I do not get resources. I do not get an allocation to fix the roads. The government needs to do what the government has been elected to do. Help us to fix the roads here.
Bingo! She never tell a lie. That is it. That is it. Come talking about Zulika Jess. Serve on a bitter medicine. Hey, me say if God was like man, right there somewhere in turn up. One lightning just lick him liquor toe and just numb me. Just in liquor toe alone. We don't want to hurt him. Just in liquor toe alone. One lightning bolt to in liquor toe right in the nerve ending. Boop! For tell lie. I bet some people would have tapped tell lie. Eh? I bet some the people would have tapped tell lie. But we see because God wants to have free will to do it because it's the right thing to do and not because you're forced. Because God is such a just God. Want to get away with just going on there. Not get away, but you are allowed to lie. But there's a consequence for lying. You're too wicked, man. You're too wicked. I put on the lady, the good MP. First time MP, we had so much good for our people. The lady all I use her own money. Her own money where she work. Right? To help the people in our constituency. And she not just help PMP, she help everybody. This is not the old time politician them. We try them something there. Some of them, not all old-time politicians, but it's not the old-time politics, brother. Them politicians nowadays, you see that PNP are some different politicians them. As a matter of fact, they are not politicians. They are statesmen. Statesmen is different from politicians. Statesmen want to see the development of the entire human race in them country. Mark Golden is a statesman. Mark Golden is not a politician. That's why I stand behind Marky G. I don't stand behind Marky G because I'm not die-hearted. Nothing. I tell people that all the while. People just recognize me as comrade because of my views and my position. As long as the People's National Party stay within the remit of what them say, them are going to do for the people, I will always support them. But if them ever go outside of that blouse and skirt boundary, me, Bolo, going to be the first one to burn them out. Because I'm not depend on die-hearted nothing, brother. Here comes more protests again. What is this now? What is going on here, so now? Taxi operators and police.
Also in the news, taxi operators and passers-by frantically dispersed as shots rang out on Chancery Street along Red Hills Road Tuesday.
What?
It's understood the brawl started due to a verbal confrontation between a police officer and a taxi operator. Natasha Williams visited the location.
When this happened?
Warning shots echoed on Chancery Street Tuesday morning as police attempted to arrest a taxi operator.
A different taxi man,
commanding officer of St. Andrew North.
No man, I want different situation this. So now the police, them and the taxi operator, them and the police, them really are go at it in Jamaica. And it's like, yo, brother, me tell you, it's a bad energy in Jamaica, you know. It a bubble and a boil in Jamaica. You don't realize what going on. It's bubbling and it's boiling. And it's almost like the government wants this to happen. They are not doing anything, right? For say better the relationship with the police and the citizen them. And the police them want to better understand and better say on our citizen too, you know. Don't make the government set them up, you know, against the people, you know. That would be a effort in a futile effort, you know, because the police then can't stand up if every single citizen, and I'm not calling for this, but if every single citizen of this country that is not a part of the force was to rise up against the force and the government, you can't win. You can't win the citizen them. Cannot win the citizen them. I am sorry. The people are the one that have the power. You need to have better relationship with the citizens them. Show them respect and deal with them accordingly. Straight up. We know say have unruly ones them, but you have to operate as professionally as possible. And I see I think up more there, you know, with one police, you know, I drag one brother in a crowd, you know. And I say, mighty God, oh, this a man not shoot nobody. The way all the people when I run down the man and I walk around the man. Him in himself, me I tell you, say he had all right to pop off in weapon and bust off 2 rounds for the crowd them move away from him. You get what me I deal with? And me I say, wow, this police brother, the only wrong when me give him and when him go box the brother when him reach the police station. And that tell me say him not fool enough. Because I see if him did do it when the crowd did there on him, he probably would have sparked off a reaction from the crowd. And it appeared as if he was the only one that was there. So when him reach, when him other police them, they know him box the man and me I say, me give you the right up until I do that, police. I give you the right, and what you did do up until I do that. Because the man wanna resist arrest and they wanna argue and then they under threat from the mob of people. But you didn't see the guy that said a revolution is going to start soon and cuss them out bad. Listen to me. I not even say it, you know. I not even say it.
Superintendent Randy Sweeney was obstructing traffic and resisting arrest. However, the operators dispute the claim. President of the All Voice Route Taxi Association, Lorraine Finnegan, says based on video evidence, the taxi operator was not.
Hey, me see all one man in the video me I tell you about, you know. Me say the man walk close to the police and behind him and me I say, bro, brother, what you do? That can be seen as intimidation, brother. What you do? And then the police now, when me I said to the police, why you alone there? Or is it that you alone was there? Because the police was supposed to operate alone in a them type of hostile environment there. I was literally in fear for the policeman life, you know. To way all the people them are surround him, you know. Me I tell you that straight, you know, bowl and I go bias. You feel me I deal with? I was literally in fear for the policeman. All the one gun we have, the amount of people surround him. Yo, it never look good. Me I wonder if an ex-police did there in the background or something. But if him alone did there, what it appeared to be, that was a very dangerous situation for the police. Even with the gun in him hand, the one gun in him hand. A man could have just, the way the people when I walk around him and a man could have just hold all it and hold all the gun. Multiple people could have subdued him. Him never safe. Him never safe. You never safe, brother. I'm telling you, a dangerous thing about Jamaica.
He insists that he was not obstructing any traffic because when he was stopped, he was driving off from the location. The police insist and the police asked him for his driver's license, which he refused to give. And based on his refusal to give his driver's license, a verbal confrontation began, to which it has been alleged that the police end up boxing up one of our operators, firing a couple of shots within the area.
Wow.
And several operators, including citizens that were just bypassing, and the justice of the peace, were all pepper sprayed.
Mr. Finnegan says after meeting with senior officers at the Constant Spring Police Station, along with 4 taxi operators who were arrested after the incident, he was pleased with their recommendations and has encouraged the operators to stand down.
They have given us the assurance that this will be just the first of many engagements that they are prepared and committed to have with us. And so I have asked the operators to let good sense prevail, allow Indicom and the police to do their investigation.
Hey, big up Simple Pebbles, you know. Stay strong, my baby. Big up yourself here, Simple Pebbles.
And ask them to go back to work.
However, he's adamant that it will not be business as usual if all 4 men are not released. Superintendent Sweeney told CVM News that 3 of the 4 arrested men were charged and offered bail while 1 remains in custody. The men are charged with various breaches of the Road Traffic Act, resisting arrest, and breaches of the Towns and Communities Act. President of the Transport Operators Development Sustainable Services, TODS, Edgerton Newman, was also at the meeting between police and operators.
We are taking this particular matter to the offices of the Commissioner of Police. And we are serious in person, because if we don't do it, the same thing will happen
over again
or somewhere else.
Yes, definitely.
Definitely. We have to have a good relationship, and I'm begging for this relationship. The relationship between us and the travel department has been very, very good. But the local police divisions are not working.
In the meantime, Superintendent Sweeney says investigations into the matter is now ongoing.
We are urging persons and reminding them that whenever they see the police doing their work, please stay at a safe distance. Even if they want to observe what is taking place, for transparency.
I agree. Wanna stop corral the police them and walk them down. Wanna not do it, Jamaica. Do not do it. If man they feel threatened have a right to defend themselves and then pop off and squeeze and I like wanna not do it. The way of the wanna circle the police them, wanna not do it, Jamaica. Do not do it. And if you do it, accept the potential. Well, if you're dead, you have to accept the consequences. You understand? You have to accept the consequences. It is what it is. It is what it is, man.
Safe distance and not compromise the safety of the person being apprehended or the police. The good thing I'd also like to reiterate is that the officer...
And then you have someone unaware, yo, brother, you don't have nothing, brother. I don't dare the police them. Yo, listen to me. Do not try to physically confront the police. Let calmer heads prevail. Be wise. You're not in the position of power. I am not condoning this behavior, Jamaica. So my thing the way man I do, I put their life in a danger and the people them with their own them in a danger. Because of a tussle is to ensue. You talk about say other persons potentially could be shot because of your action. No man, if you stop it, man.
As we're wearing body-worn camera and the information that I'm picking up, they were actually on. So we are trying to get the footage from those cameras to help with the investigation.
All right, officer, pick up yourself. Let me go to this.
7 people were arrested and charged following a coordinated intelligence-driven police operation in Highgate and Belfield, St. Mary. Offences include lottery scamming, possession and dealing in ganja, as well as breaches of the Customs Act. Police officers also seized approximately 1 million Jamaican dollars believed to be linked to illegal activities. The operation involved members of the St. Mary Police Division, supported by the Area 2 Fugitive Apprehension Team, Specialized Operations, the Public Safety and Traffic Enforcement Branch, and the K9 Division. 16 other individuals were questioned and released pending further investigations. Police say the operation has dealt a major blow to criminal activity.
You know, all them know say a major blow. Oh, you know how much more things the criminal them are traffic. Oh, you know say a major blow. Oh, don't stop it. Just continue for doing the work and stop. You know, sugarcoat the thing and sweet it up to make it. Good work, police. Good work. And I'm sure there's more work that needs to be done. Don't be satisfied, is what I'm saying. I don't sound satisfied. Alright, what is Bob? I'm gonna left right this in Jamaica. I'm not gonna further. I don't see anything else I'm really want to highlight right now. Deadly shooting in Ocherius Market. Right, that one is something. 2 days ago.
Welcome back, continuing the news. Police are investigating a brazen attack on 4 men at a bar in the Ocherius Market in St. Anne last night. 2 men died during the incident. Alia Bryant has the details.
A deadly shooting incident at a bar in the Ocherius Market, St. Anne, Thursday night has left 2 men dead and 2 others injured. Reports are that the men were inside the establishment when a lone gunman entered and opened fire on them.
Wow. Anybody know Ochi? Anybody know Ochi? Anybody been to Ochi? Anybody know where the Ochi Market there where the right in our town? Anybody who been to Ochi know? If you travel from anywhere to Ochi and you got the bus park, you know say police station there right there so. And the bar where them are show right there so. The police station there right there so. So the man them analyze this person in a broad daylight on a Thursday in a one bar. Mighty God. Jamaica, no we're not safe enough. If persons are get unalive in front of church in a Jamaica, no we're not safe.
And fled the scene in a waiting motor vehicle. The victims were all found suffering from gunshot wounds. A man identified as Stevie Drake was pronounced dead at the scene. The other victims were rushed to hospital for treatment, where Basil Authors was pronounced dead. An eyewitness described the moments after the shooting.
Yeah, boy. I'm here to one of the gentlemen never make them stand up. Let's say, yeah, and carry a pop there. I don't know when we take attack, we say, chill, little boy, run past here. And then somebody get shot out there, so 3 smart them shoot her and run. And them run past and come down in the park here, and then they stop down there and walk, sir. Because after like them innocent, man, they don't have no mask, nothing.
Mayor of St. Anne's Bay.
Wow. When you hear that, Jamaica, listen to the argument of the eyewitness said. This is very interesting.
Them stand up, let's say, yeah, and carry a pop there. I don't know when we take attack, we say, chill, little boy, run past here. And then somebody get shot out there, so 3 smart them shoot her and run. And them run past and come down in the park here, and then they stop down there and walk, sir. Because after like them innocent, man, they don't have no.
Yo, a high levels of criminality that, you know. Man, they do a crime, run go so, then divert according to the eyewitness and what normal like said. No. A movie alone, Mr. Them, movie alone, Mr. Them, mighty God.
No mask, nothing.
Mayor of
and the man, they not want no mask, nothing. So hold on. In them area, no CTC camera on the light post them. No CTC camera on the light post them when I watch it. In the area there. Where's Jamaica Eye? No mask, nothing.
Michael Bell Navis has bemoaned the incident, calling for a thorough investigation.
We're not used to this type of thing. And with the...
Yeah, I hear the argument already. I'm not play that again. People, I'm going to leave it right there. So I've been on for 3 hours and almost 3.5 hours. I want to thank you guys for joining. I appreciate you. And I'll see you guys on the next one. I'll be live later on tonight. And bless you all. All right? Peace and blessings. For the persons on TikTok again, go to my page and click the link in the bio and subscribe to my YouTube channel. and watch the video uploads. Very important. The last 15 video uploads that I put up, majority of them has been some fire information that you definitely need to know. All right, peace and blessings. That's my time. See you guys later. All right, big up all of my moderator, then big up Simple Pebbles.